Come on. Go on.
The delay.
Oh, it's done.
Is it
Cool.
time delay?
Hi YouTube. Welcome to your Friday night. Let's do some bloody Transformers.
There's a magical place where...
You know when you think you've hit the button and you haven't hit it, and you're waiting for the intro to start. I'm wondering why.
I'm glad I
it's not
didn't
starting.
move then.
It was a premature button on my part.
Are we still live though, or can we talk about the boys still? Like
Yeah,
the show.
Cool, boys. What
Shut
were we gonna
up.
There's a magical place we're on our way there, with toys in the millions all under one roof. It's called Toys R Us. Soon after bedtime, when dark nighttime falls, Jeffrey and helpers stock up all the shelves. From ceilings to floor, books, board games and bikes, teddies, puppets and dolls, beds, spaceships and trikes. There's millions, says Jeffrey, all under one roof. It's called Toys R Us, Toys R Us, Toys R Us.
Hey, happy Friday. We've got a show and a half for you tonight. We're going to talk about expectations versus reality in our discussion, where we look at the new Hasbro reveals and what actually came out. Plus, we've got our foreplay, which is going to be all about the double target masters. Plenty to choose from, or maybe not, in that section. All this and loads more with fuckloads of news, some really exciting stuff. Off
Paul?
we go. Yeah?
Can we do double headmasters next time so you can announce it as double header?
Yeah.
Like the
I
pretend.
jog some TV.
What?
I jog some TV, and now the news. Don't touch that dial.
New.
Won't be a time, Alexi, don't worry.
We'll start off. We're going to go chronologically. So we're starting off with Japanese publisher Hero X, who revealed the cover for their Transformers Generation book that we showed some photos from last week, and I'm just cool artwork. That's
Your
all it is.
sign's kind of breaking up, Andy, a bit.
Oh, not this nonsense again.
Oh, that was good. That was clear.
All right, good. Right. So yeah, this is the Transformers Generations book from Japan, from Hero X, and this is the front cover artwork that they've prepared, and it just looks cool. So there it is. Not all G1, Michael Bay, Optimus
Sorry,
Prime.
is it a comic or is it a marketing?
Why did
thing?
you say
It's the
sorry?
book-
Is that because
it's
you
the
knew
book.
it was rude and wrong?
Yeah. No,
To interrupt, yes.
it's the book that we showed last week, Alexis.
I wasn't
which,
here last week.
I thought you were watching
Alexis,
this. You were in
we
there
had a
chatting,
rule.
so you must
If
be
you
watching
said
it.
the word sorry, you know not to say anything. You just
Oh,
talk.
for
But
fuck's
if you say
sake, all right.
sorry, yeah.
You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. Not sorry.
Oak
I'm
Light
not sorry.
Cricket Club is
Right.
back. Anyway, so there it is. Lovely artwork, and we showed all the photos, or loads of them from it last week. Anyway, there was also a new promotional poster for Transformers 1. Yep, still looking forward to this. I know Sixo and J Swags from Triple Takeover got to go and see an early showing of this. I'm not jealous at all.
End of the month, right? End of this month it comes out the 30th, is it? Friday the 30th.
I can't remember. It might be.
Realised
I thought it was
it was
July, but it could be June. What else did we have? Oh yeah, so we had more in-hand photos from Notrab of Straxus, looking very nice, which will feed nicely into some of the other news later on. Who has pre-ordered this? I have. Jamie.
How much is
Yes,
it?
I've pre-ordered this.
It's about 50, 55, I think.
Same
I've
as
pre-ordered 2
Galvatron?
copies,
Of course,
hopefully.
because that's what the Elite Collector does, though, Jamie. That's that's how you know you're elite.
Well, it's also just in case one is completely awful, because I remember the other time I got one of the Dinobots and it was chipped, like the face. It was Snarl. I remember I had continuous
yeah.
problems where it wasn't just like paint app problems, it was actual physical damage. So, I
So
take
when
my
they're both
chances.
all right, do you send one of them back?
No, I don't. But in most cases, there's always a problem with one of them. But I don't. And that's why I only do it with certain bots I know I'm going to like. And this is a comic book edition, so I kind of like the idea of having some displayed still sided in the box and one out to mess
Oh,
around
that's cool.
with.
So you do get his alternate mode, which they have designed as much as possible from that Galvatron mold to look like Straxus's flying cannon mode from the comic book, which is good.
Aren't they gonna get a bit copyright issues there though with this mode? Like because obviously Dyson invented the handheld Hoover first.
Fuck me, where is that sad trombone when we need it? Jesus Christ. Anyway, moving on. Here is Mark Lona sharing photos of Legacy United Deluxe Cyberverse Universe Slipstream, which I think it's fair to say prompted some debate in the fandom, which we will
Pretty
discuss more in
contentious.
discussion. Yes. But these photos are great, and we all appreciate Mark's efforts in.
I mean,
I really like it. I really like it.
Yeah, I kind of like it. Although sometimes I think the head does look bigger than the body.
I can see what you mean. I think in some shots it looks slightly out of proportion, then in others it doesn't. Like I don't think it looks bad there at all.
It
It's
looks
almost
like a
that
little bit
anime
like-
style. You know, the head.
It's the Cyberverse. It is Cyberverse.
That's it. Cyberverse.
Slipstream. It's not.
Yes.
It's not supposed to be like a G1 style one. It's not supposed to be like an IDW. It is literally based off the Cyberverse, which I think is what caused some contention, or at least part of what caused some contention, because people didn't want
accurate.
this version, or some people didn't, at least.
That's
But
good.
it does. It looks like the Cyberverse one, so I don't see what the problem is.
Does it come with those blast effects as well?
I doubt it. I think there were probably just ones he had lying around that he could put together with it. But you know, you buy a few of these bots, you get some.
Is this the basis for the discussion?
This is part of it, yes, and what happened around this. So we won't go into this too much.
So we have to
And
go into
there's-
it. We can hint at it. Won't it? The discussion is going to be about people were expecting something different, were they? And they got shown something else.
Yeah, we just kind of said that. Yeah, but people were looking for a different version. Only some people, though. I mean, you're talking just. It's also often that loud minority. You know, it's the few. Who
Yeah, but
shout
sometimes
really
that
loud.
loud minority seems to get people agreeing without really knowing what they're agreeing to.
Yeah, well, again, something we can dip into the discussion.
Cool.
Anyway, there you go. So that's Slipstream. Thank you to Mark Lewis for that. And then he put more on because he's so lovely. So here's Quake. So basically, I've left out the official product shots because I think these photos are better. And there he is with the other double target master lads. Because we all know
I
we love the
disagree,
double-
shooting Galaxy guy. I disagree.
I
What
think
he
in this
says?
instance they are. But shooting Galaxy guy does do very well. You're such a kiss ass. Anyway, there's Quake. And
The best.
very
The
good.
best.
What, kissing ass?
Yes.
And again, it's from the Skullgrin mold, isn't it? They've remolded that. So hopefully,
He's solid.
good in hand.
You know, he's a good side of solid, isn't he? Head
I
sculpt's
like the
quite
head
good.
sculpt.
Yeah.
Great tank.
Yeah. Little target masters that are very much like the original G1 ones in that they have almost no articulation.
He
But you know, I
Does
can
look
live with
like a little bludgeon tank that can actually fit inside a pretender shell. Like it looks like that. Like
I
a
keep
blocky
thinking
tank.
this is the Skullgrin mode, but some people have been mentioning refactor.
that. No, that was for Xaaron.
Yeah,
Yes, people have said the Xaaron is the refractor mold. This was the Skullgrin mold. I think Mark said it in one of his descriptions, but I haven't got them all to hand. But either way, I mean, we knew we were going to get remolds to get these figures, so I think they've done a pretty good job given the budget they probably had to work with.
because I think we should mention that Hasbro were actually releasing these things, you know, as a surgical strike. You know, you had different members of the team, and you had six on even Toys R Us releasing images for the first time, so it was all spoiler free.
That's true. It was nice to see Hasbro leaking stuff instead of somebody else. Lego Bumblebee, we saw some leaked photos of this, and then we've had some official product shots. So this is a real thing that you can buy with your money, should you wish to.
I would buy
It
this.
looks better than the Prime.
It doesn't have
Yeah,
knees.
agreed.
It doesn't have knees, though, does it? I can't see anything there that looks like it bends.
Oh, you're
mean-
always you're very needy, Andy.
That was your fault. That
Purpose.
was your fault, Andy. You set it
No,
up.
fucking no! I'm not taking the blame for his crap jokes. Jesus wept. Anyway,
Maybe they're trying to get the articulation close to normal Hasbro figures.
Expectations.
Where's that sad trombone?
Anyway, there's the
He's been waiting 4 years, so you say that.
Yeah.
Oh, he got thoroughly as well.
But it was funny though. Why would we ever use a trombone? I don't know.
Yeah, there's the difference. There was also the GoBot 3
Insightful.
pack, which is the repaints. I think we've already seen some of this already. So I've just got the one photo of this, and that 3-pack is available to pre-order now. I think all of these are available to pre-order now.
So according to the lore, these are still GoBots in the sense that they have organic veins.
I mean,
Oh.
they're calling it General Agent Select GoBots Guardians pack. I know that. I mean,
Yeah.
matter? do we need to
So-
explore their heads?
Well, it
Do they
means
have
they should
spot-
die
sparks
soon.
as well?
Die like Pete. They must be near the end.
Did you see that cool little video though? They did. It was one of the companies I think that's selling these in America. Did a little 80s style TV advert for them for GoBots. Oh, it was really cool. It's on Twitter. If you haven't seen it, go have a look. I shared it on my Twitter feed, so you should be able to find it if you go there.
Little fan theory. Does that mean GoBots could become headmasters? They take their heads off and become like and take over another Transformer's body if they. Or would the head and the spark merge?
Well, no, if they lose their head, they're dead. They don't have a redundancy. They have an organic brain. They're basically dead.
You couldn't put the brain in stasis and like.
I'm glad we're asking a hard hit.
They are in stasis. That's why they're inside the GoBot.
Anyway, Deluxe Prime. So this is the Deluxe Prime, which is, I mean, there's elements of it that are very similar to the Missing Link one. It's missing the ab crunch and the opening and closing hands. The basic premise of the idea of the toy is the same. And obviously costs quite a bit less.
It's a no for me.
Hasbro are listening, Jamie. They will hear your words and be very
they're
upset.
disappointed. It sent shockwaves down the fandom.
Quick, get on Twitter and tell everybody. Tell everybody how they've let you down. That is the way. You can take your smokestacks off and you can apparently use them as weapons. I don't know why you'd want to, but you can. So there you go. And there's a bit of a comparison shot with his vehicle mode next to the original. I think it's the original toy rather than the Missing Link one.
It looks like the original toy.
So, yes, that's why I said
He's smaller than the G1 toy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there they are having a chat together.
Blimey.
So there you go. And the packaging. I forgot I had the packaging. I'm just too good at this. So there's the packaging as well, if you like packaging.
But I guess, okay, so hear me out here, right? If it says 8+ on there, right? But if this thing's like 10, 15 quid, right? Because of the size of it, then it's a decent way to get your.
It's a deluxe.
It's $24.99.
Yeah, $24.99.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, son. Wait till Christmas sales. You can have it for your birthday.
But then you see,
because
you say that, Alexis, but the tidal wave that came out, that I'm sure that says something like 15+ on it. Now. Kids are going to get that toy when they're under 15.
I'd buy it for my kids. Like if they wanted the prime toy, it's the prime toy. If they were going to get original, like the wanted one, I'd buy this over the OG because it's going to be more durable.
Yeah.
And so it's something that's quite cool for them. They wouldn't know the difference, right? Because they ain't appreciating any children. So
I know we got this. It's only 8.
We've got this is apparently the toy repaint version of.
A variant, as they like to say in the trade.
But isn't it just slightly more vibrant colours? Like they haven't really done anything.
That's why it's a variant. Yeah.
This is one where I'm sorry. You've slightly changed the body colour in a different shade of blue. There's no like extra detailing. There's nothing to represent any of the stickers.
I think the reasoning they used was in this variant is that they only changed it slightly because they didn't want to cause too much of a ruckus by having gold, which is not too much to choose from, which would be stand the test of time like Netflix Soundwave did. So
are you talking about yellowing?
Yeah,
that's kind of turning gold. Anyway,
well, then if you
market its color changes.
Well, this is what I'm saying. I wouldn't buy this again
because
it's
better.
Can I just double check all the Hasbro repaints and like you're picking on this one over all of them, which has been just the first time they've done one of this one. But this is like
because if you're listening, Alexis, it's because all they've literally done is slightly change the shade of paint for 2 parts of it.
That's all they ever.
That's a bit more than rechanging the head sculpt, resculpting some of the body parts.
Okay.
The others.
9 times out of 10, that's all they do, right? So
again, from a Hasbro
no. This is why they've called that variant because they do that with the action figures like GI Joe and Marvel
Legends. They didn't do that for
Blaster,
though, did they? They just released it as Studio Series 86. It was Kingdom Blaster and Studio Series, and it looked more or less the same.
No, they had changed paint up on it, and they had changed.
Yeah, but it was a face paint. But other than that, the body was much the same.
They changed the plastic as well.
Same with
okay.
They changed the Soundwave. For example, the new Soundwave for some reason they added extra flesh or sort of tabs to the legs, so it prevents it from standing rigid. It's more got like a power stance as if it's a conservative MP.
That's more of a fix, isn't it? To stop the tabs causing issues and stuff like that.
Well, anyway, it's just extra flesh. I just said tab because I was trying
If you're watching viewers, there's different Kool-Aid flavors available if you want to drink other Kool-Aid.
How many times are you going to use that fucking tired old cliche? Anyway, there's Galvatron next to Megatron. Get another repaint if you want. Core class. Won't cost you a lot of money, I suppose. And then this thing, Geocron. I'm pretty sure that when we did watch the live stream reveal of this a month ago, we all pretty much made the same joke that most of you at home are probably making right now. And you're right, it does look like a turd on wheels. It looks like a turd on wheels.
I don't mind it.
At least it's a new mold.
It's not a new mold. It's the same mold. They changed the head.
Yeah, it's got a leader one head. It's got a
for
cobalt base
to make it sound good.
It's the poo variant.
And leader Galvatron. We knew this was coming. This is well, it's supposed to be a repaint, just a repaint, because that's what happens to him in the cartoon. He just changes his colours. Doesn't change anything else particularly. So that's coming. We knew that was coming. It was on the Tidal Wave box about a year ago, so that's not a surprise. But there it is.
It's cool in those colours, doesn't it? Really nice looking tank. I don't like the colours in robot mode, but great tank.
At least you've got the choice. If you prefer those colours to the actual Armada one, you can original Armada one rather. You can get that.
So what's the lore behind this Galvatron? Did he just fancy a new paint job, or is there like?
I think the lore basically is Hasbro repainted everything because they wanted to sell the same toys again, but in slightly different colours, and they linked it to the Unicron battles. So it was supposed to be to do with Unicron. Lots of them I don't know if it was.
I don't know if it was Unicron himself who did the upgrade, but I remember he does get upgraded more or less, and he just changes color a little bit. But he does get hella powerful.
Doesn't he? Is he the first one to get upgraded, like by Dark Angel? And they realize it was them from Unicron. They then search for Unicron, and that's how it all turns into Unicron, if I remember.
I can't remember if it was Dark Energon. That was former Cybertron, wasn't it?
Dark Energon.
No, I think
he's the first one.
New with Unicron, it's a link to that. That's when it became the Unicron battles, as they call those episodes of the cartoon. But anyway, we'll move on because we've got a lot to get through. So the 2-pack. We were all trying to work out for the comic book set what the next toy was going to be, and it turned out to be the rumored 2-pack of Xaaron and Flame. The photos here make them look about the same size. They are not, as you will see in one of the later photos as we go along. So these were the photos that were revealed by Sixo.
I love that original comic, especially when it's kept the Action Force. You know, they've used the UK cover.
I mean, that was very cool that they got it's the UK one. It's not the US cover. I bet some of the US fans are slightly puzzled by that. But
can I just ask, Sixo, did Sixo take these photos or did he reveal them? Because I stole them for the show and I didn't want to steal Sixo photos.
He revealed them, but yeah, I don't. These are stock photos that he was sent.
I've got these photos as well, so I assume they're Hasbro Pulse photos that they've.
Oh yeah, he has Sixo. Yeah. I wouldn't worry. He's not coming after you. I don't think. I've not heard.
Not that I would blatantly steal art and put on the front cover of our page. Never,
without giving any credit to the artist. No, never. We're very much against that. I just know
this is someone you've spoken to in real life, and I don't want them to.
Down with that sort of thing. Anyway, moving on. So Flame, it's brilliant. It's so random to get.
I just never liked Flame as a character. I just always thought it was like someone who was a bit high and wanted to make an evil hot rod. And
no, he's not really like hot rod. He's just a mental scientist. They just let him. I don't know why they put him in hot rod colours, but I suppose it was because he was called Flame. And these are the in-hand photos that Sixo posted earlier tonight. So he's actually received his ones now. Hasbro have sent him the figures, so he's obviously one of the first in the world to get them, and he's going to do a video review. There's the cover.
Well, you see, in the comic cover, it kind of throws you because in the comic cover originally they had his red hands, but in the panels his hands are grey, and then some panels are red as well. Like the colours didn't really know what he was doing, but the toy they've gone with grey hands for Flame.
Well, they have
rather than red hands,
but you can see the difference in size. Because of the original mold, so the Flame is from the recent Studio Series Game-O Wolf of Cybertron Megatron, and the Xaaron, we think, as I say, it has been speculated, it is the refractor, as he was called, but it is reflector.
Flame's hands look better in this mold, because the Megatron mold hands are ridiculously got that like sort of panel, over the C grip kind of thing.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, I mean, It's just the way that they've remolded it, I suppose. But they look cool, and I pre-ordered them because I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff, so I had to.
So have I.
And
we also
want to know the football scores tonight.
No.
You watched it live?
I can watch it myself if other people don't want to know.
I think we had a bit of a discussion on Twitter talking about when these pre-orders were going to come up, and I think as with Hasbro, generally it tends to be 6 o'clock in the UK when it's like 1 p.m. Eastern time. But for Hasbro Pulse specials, then sometimes they'll be an hour later because you're giving the premium members a chance. So I think that was like a Hasbro Pulse special, wasn't it? Or exclusive. So that's why people had to wait an hour extra for that if you want a premium member. But most of the stuff you could get straight away.
Exactly. Anyway, Transformers Armada, well, Legacy Armada, but Legacy Armada, what am I talking about? Legacy United animated Motormaster. Jesus Christ, I wish they'd shorten the names of these damn things. But these are Mark's photos. Again, it is animated style. So like the head sculpt, you either love it or you hate it. I think that's great. Just amazing. It's like mad. Absolutely
I pre-ordered this. I think it looks quite cool.
It's your bag, isn't it?
The Optimus is a really good figure, and let's be honest, they've just changed the head sculpt and changed the colours. So I don't think they can do much wrong with it.
Right, and the other big one was Soundwave, which we already knew was Netflix Soundwave. So we knew this was going to be Netflix Soundwave. They told us this. They told us this on that live stream a month ago. But I saw some speculation about, is it going to be a Soundwave from it? No, it's Netflix Soundwave because they told us this. But the tapes were getting finally a buzzsaw. And just like every other person on Twitter and on social media that I've seen, I'm claiming credit for our show for the reason that I were getting a buzzsaw because we went on about it so much. Hasbro listened to us. That's what everybody else I've seen has been doing. So social way. So you're welcome, guys. You're getting a buzzsaw because of us. It transforms the show.
I kind of think it might be a bit slightly different to the Netflix Soundwave in the sense it might have changed some of the molding, just like the Takada Soundwave has done, because of the legs that looks similar.
The paint looks different.
The Takada version.
They've definitely changed the paint to give it more.
Well, I hope they've changed the paint and the plastic because I don't want it to decolorize.
And of course, interestingly, on the box, it calls out that blue tape is Rumble. So
yes,
let you all start arguing in the comments.
I can't.
Doesn't matter.
Of course, it doesn't matter, but they'll still argue about it.
No, I can't comment on the plastic like Jamie can, but I would say that the paint. When I first saw this, I actually thought it was an MP. I didn't realize, and then I saw Ravage. I went, oh no, it's not. I did actually think it was. I actually think it was MP, and I thought, oh, why is Ravage? Oh, okay, no, it's not. But no, seriously, this looks actually very impressive. The paint on this is top notch. It's very to the original MP02.
The MP02 though, how much would that cost now? How much could you get this set for?
You can buy the 5-pack with all 5 cassettes. I saw mine for about 180 a couple of years ago. You're looking at about 180, 200 pounds for that now. I think it costs you 140 first of all. You could buy the one with this Laserbeak or Laserbeak or Buzzsaw, one of the two, and then Soundwave about £100.
This is going to be a fair bit though, isn't it? What, 60,
55? No, it's 55.
It's not too bad. With four cassettes, that's good. 3 cassettes,
I think they probably even realised they can't really charge a ridiculous amount for what is essentially the same toy they released a couple of years ago. But at least this time, hopefully people will be able to get it.
See, that's the thing though, it's like looking at what people have said in social media, it's a lot of Americans missed out in the Soundwave mold that transformed into an actual cassette. They just couldn't get it.
I think I was the same here in the UK though. There was a lot of people in the UK who did it. So that's
how much Netflix Soundwave was expensive, wasn't it?
Well, the secondary price is ridiculous as well.
How much was the recent 3-pack? Megatron, Soundwave, and Shockwave. How much was that? The Takara
How much did you pay for that, Jamie? You got that, didn't you?
I pulled the sum of £10. £10 I paid for it.
I think it was about. Is it not £100?
It was
over 100, wasn't it?
It was not. It's definitely not. Definitely
10 plus 100.
So that's what £33. £33 a figure. And if you look at the 3 cassettes again on top of that, which is what we want, £5 each.
Can you put a price on dreams for Alexis? Can you? I just don't know.
You can. Do that. When your name is Morpheus, you can put a price on dreams.
I just don't think it's fair.
Well, blame Morpheus. I'm not drinking.
Or the massive wine. Guess what? I've actually downloaded the bloody GoBots advert that you're all bumming off. So, do you want to play it?
All right, see you later, lads.
So this is from Pig
He kicked
Toy
himself.
Store. Is that all we had to do? Was just play extra GoBot? That's fine. Now I know. Right, here we go.
Just when you thought you'd never see them again.
They're back. Introducing the new GoBots from Transformers Legacy United. Featuring Pathfinder, Treads, and Smallfoot. 3 Guardians, rebuilt from the ground up and ready for action. Pathfinder, one of the most capable Guardians, intelligent, compassionate, and a skilled warrior. Treads, traveling between dimensions, ready to go undercover to get the job done. Smallfoot, a valiant warrior, always ready to jump into action. Transformers Legacy United GoBots from Hasbro. Oh yeah, they're back.
They're back in the bad. So does that mean the tanky
So we're
person
clear. So we're clear. They
is
did say
undercover?
rebuilt from the ground up, didn't he? He did say that. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Not repainted.
They're undercover.
No.
Yeah. It's what's the inside
Very
that counts.
good. Very high.
Yeah.
Well, it felt like very high production.
Yeah, that was good. That
Well done.
did say from
Toy
Hasbro.
Store.
Right, shall we do some third party?
Yeah, just a little bit more news though. Are we doing the T-shirt?
I
Oh,
think let's do it.
oh, you have to have to
Can you come back now on Alexis? So, heading to TFN, are you? Got no clothes to wear? Well, don't worry about it.
Just
We've
go
got you
naked.
covered. We've got these Transformers. Just take your pants off. Does my one show backwards on your screen, left to right, like it's mirrored?
No.
No,
Look
I think you're just
right way.
looking in a mirror. It's not even a computer monitor.
On my screen, it's
Man
backwards.
in the mirror.
I think it does.
And mine.
Does
I think
it?
it's like- Yeah.
That's
We're
not
learning
mine.
about StreamYard and selling t-shirts at the same time. Does life get better? So these are available for sale if you wish them. So they cost £14.99. We're going to stick up a link if you want to get them. We're going to all wear them, I think, on Saturday night
Saturday
at
night.
TFN. So if you want to join the Mofo Saturday night
Join us.
TFN crew,
Oh yes, he's
get
back.
one of these bad boys. There
the
we
ground
go.
up.
It is on. You'll be able to order it. So all you have to do is email tftheshow@gmail.com if you want some. If you can't do that, we'll put the links in the below and we'll put it onto Facebook. But you can always just private message one of us and we'll sort you out and direct you to that email. But the email is the way to go. Send it to tfshowuk@gmail.com.
Oh, you threw UK in the second time.
Is there UK? Is that right?
I can't remember. I just went by what you said.
Oh, no,
I
don't get it
can't
wrong.
There
remember.
we go.
I don't think
The
it has
t-shirts
UK.
are better quality
Hang
than
on.
this advert.
Hang on. I'm going to check because you've made me doubt
It's
myself.
on, it's
now.
on there. It's on.
Rebuild this effort from the ground up.
Pete, tell Emma. I've
No,
got two,
tftheshow@gmail.com. You
there
were
we
right
go.
the
There you
first
go. So
time.
you can see it there.
Change it.
Pete, tell Emma I've got 2 more orders. I got a phone order and I got one at the cricket club. So if you can let her know that
Email.
I've got those 2 orders, if they could
Yeah,
she
do it
let me
now.
know.
Yeah,
Always
just
love
do it
the
over
show.
live feed. This is
Yeah,
fantastic.
no,
Alexis,
we'll just
yeah.
do it.
I got-
You know,
I've got- just go let her know, yeah, go ahead. If you can let her know, I've got postal orders are coming in.
It's
Just
not
yeah,
like
we
you
get
mentioned
free on
the
the wheel.
email address multiple times. Yeah, sure. Just do
Just
it.
for the finer details,
yeah.
if you purchase a t-shirt, feel free to collect it at TFN from us. If you need it posted out to you, there will be just a little extra charge. I think it's like literally £2 or £3 for postage and packaging. And also, if you're wandering around the trailer hall and you've got so many boxes in your hands and you haven't got any receptacle to carry it in, why not get yourself a little Transformers to Show tote bag?
That is
Oh
awesome.
wow,
Okay?
What a
Pete,
wonderful
that's-
idea, Pete.
That's very
These
stylish.
are
I was
available as
going
well.
to suggest you could hire Alexis for the day. You know, just get out to carry stuff.
Right.
For
Oh, yeah.
for £1 less, you can buy a Transformers to Show tote bag.
I do. Oh,
So if
sorry.
if you don't want to feed and water Alexis, get yourself a bag available for
Yeah.
Trust me, you
£9.99.
don't want to water him.
Not after
Pete,
midnight.
no,
He'll just multiply.
Yeah, I think Alexis's
Not
idea of
often,
selling his bathwater just wasn't going to work. It's the wrong type of fans, Alexis.
Yeah, you can stop licking it up now. Right.
Yeah. So that is
Has everyone watched them?
Also,
Okay.
you can also
I'll
have
talk
loads
about
of
after
people in
show.
the t-shirts on Saturday night, all with the t-shirts. So I might buy.
It'd be amazing. Being in the
just to
bar,
crowd,
having some beers, everyone in the show t-shirts.
One of
Yeah.
us. One
like
of
a
us.
colt, like a
Yeah.
colt.
You could find some Millwall fans.
A good
to
one,
scrap-
not the ones that end up in flames, right?
Yeah, we'll have a tear up. We'll just start.
Yeah.
We'll form a firm. And
Ocean
turn
City
up.
are there. Why not?
John's on the show
We
now.
can all take it in turns. We all
Or
take it in
represent
turns. Be
fucking show, mate.
we all take it in turns. Be the Wilson Raider. Do you want some?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Massive.
That is
I'll
your
be drinking
one and only
cocktails.
football knowledge for this stream, isn't it?
That is a wonderful
Oh, no.
reference from many years ago.
I know Gerard Beardsley, who Andy
Oh,
referenced.
for fuck's sake.
Gerard Beardsley. I know that guy.
Yeah, good
Oh,
on
Gotta
Gerard.
love Gerard. Yeah.
Alexis, of all the teams in the world, who's your favourite?
Battle this.
It's heavy metal cruncher time as Optimus Prime goes toe-to-toe with Combat Megatron. Prime is one tough dude underneath his hood. He's a transformer missile flying phenomenon. Combat Megatron is combat armed. His mighty mega missiles are slamming. He can mad out more for use mega force, but Combat Optimus is still standing.
Head of PR's just told us that we can arrange child sizes. Just need to get on that email, which I'll get scrolling in a second.
Are you one Alexis or half an Alexis or one and a half Alexis?
Style size.
Or full Alexis.
Fans, hobby, MB25B Black Naval Commander, which is Armada Nemesis Prime, with the Red Saber team, which apparently is MB26A.
Fuck me, Andy. You don't even need me these days. Not gonna pull that, Fred. Though.
I'm saying nothing.
Not gonna pull that, Fred. Jesus Christ.
No, I'd leave that one alone if I were you.
What I'm surprised about, Andy, is you know most about third party knowledge on this show. Someone who doesn't even buy any third party now. Like,
I mean, to be fair, Alexis, it could be because I do tend to copy and paste the news bits from where I find all this stuff, just so if you weren't here and Ian wasn't here and Paul was drinking wine and some football was on, so somebody here. Oh, there's Pete, I suppose. Actually, sorry, Pete. I always forget that you collect a bit of third party too. Just so we know. So we're saying it right, so we don't look foolish. But I know.
And if Alexis wasn't here, we would have probably finished news by now.
True, very true. But that
All
does look
truths.
quite cool. I mean, I don't know. I can't tell. I still think I'd prefer the look of the Hasbro Armada Optimus Prime. I mean, sure, this is great. I'm sure they're both great, but
I've got the legacy version. Go on,
yes, that's the one I meant. Yes, yeah.
Is this what they call? Is it what they call swag and swaber?
Anyway, I've got the legacy version, and it scales up with the Fans Hobby Meg Tyranno better than I think this does, if I'm honest.
Yeah, which you'd expect, though, wouldn't you? Because they're made by the same company and everything.
No, I'm saying the legacy.
Oh, you're saying the legacy one does.
I've got the legacy one, and I think it scales up better. I just think that's testament to not that I don't think because Gav will kill me if I say anything bad about Fans Hobby, but
no, you're fine.
Just that the legacy version is that good. So yeah, but this one, I don't know if you see it. He's got I think he's got a shattered face, like a scar across the face there. Unless I made that up.
It looks like he's got
Newcastle. It seems.
So the original version of this, as you said,
he's been out in Leeds with Jamie.
The original version.
There you go. The damage on there, isn't there?
The legs were challenging. They self what's it called? Declined, inclined, self. Yeah, they didn't extend. They descended. Descended, declined. They self.
Like this show.
Yeah, he went short quick. He went short quick, and that was challenge. They didn't lock in. Legs didn't lock in. So the legacy version is better.
I heard that can happen to you after Cricket Club. Right, moving on. Doctor Who. DW. There's three of them, isn't there? So this is their basically Micromaster scale Megatron, and this one's
cartoon
called,
version.
Menace King. And there's, cartoon, toy deco, and clear purple. Not necessarily in that order as we go through them. But it's quite a neat looking little Megatron, considering the size of the thing.
All ball joints, so highly posable.
Balls everywhere.
It's decent though. Like it actually does go into a gun, which actually it's very clever. The engineering behind it, obviously being so small, because we've always fought Legends with the smallest we can get, right? And that looks pretty good there with all the accessories on.
Excuse me. Purple one.
They do throw out lots of a lot of them. You think Doctor Wu, isn't it? It's they got quite a collection out now.
They do. These are repaints, right? They've not changed the molding. It's just repaints. Because Alexis hates that. He's already brought that up about how he fucking hates that.
No, this is. So if you look at the purple version, it's a different type of plastic. It's completely there, Andy. So it's not even a variant.
This is the advantage of going first in the news, Alexis.
I agree with Charlie. It's sad that we're not going to see another gun version. It's such a hard transformation as well to get a robot into a gun. And there's been so many good third-party versions of that.
They had MP36, right?
You're right. You hadn't spoken for at least 20 seconds, Alexis. Let's not cut Paul off. What was the one you had, Paul, that you said was really difficult when you were trying to get into the gun mode?
It was what Alexis sent me. Infinity transformation, MP36. I just really it.
He's such a little bitch.
But that was really hard. But yeah, no, I think I've transformed 7 legend-size Megatrons, all different transformations, into 7 different guns. And it's one of the most fun transformations you can have. It's so weird how it turns into a gun from a robot. So yeah, agree, Charlie. That was that. Carry on.
Good point, Charlie. We will.
I'll say Ian's point. We all slated them a little bit, and like Dr. Wu goes, "Oh, they're making these little figures. They'll never catch on." And after they made Prime,
Sam.
Hey Sam,
and then a few others, they now, as you said, Ian, they've got like a massive collection, right? It's taken up massively, loads. It's grown. It's great. I mean, like New Age, knock them out the park, like for like.
It's like YOLO Park as well. Like the more like they sort of just get on a bit of a run and just start throwing stuff out left, right, and centre, which is good because it someone's buying it clearly.
Yeah, anyway, this is the next Fans Hobby thing. This is Fans Hobby MB27 Shield team, which is the Armada Race Minicon team. So this is the prototypes of them, the grey prototypes, with them joined together. It comes with a separate shield part that covers up, attaches to them.
I was going to ask, is that a separate shield?
Yeah, it's a separate part. You'll see it in one of the photos going on. There you go.
So even though it turns into a shield, I was going to say, even though it turns into a shield, it's like, but you can get a cleaner shield. You might as well just use that shield.
Well, you can see on the picture there what it looks like if you don't use the separate shield part, and what it looks like if you do.
The whole point is that they are 3 separate figures that turn into a shield. Just run with that.
Yeah. Spend £1,000 on a table and then 1,500 quid on the tablecloth.
Wait. No, but you can have the shield and robot mode together then, can't you?
Maybe you want a nice tablecloth, Pete.
You could, yes, you could do that. But it's
like to get tables.
So it's like the new what's it called? The big guy who has the faux parts. Tank Lord, whatever his name is. What's his name?
Are you trying to talk about Tidal Wave?
That's the one, Tank Lord.
Yes.
Yeah,
well, it is because they're from the same line of Hasbro toys, and they've literally made these to be faithful to the original Hasbro toys, but obviously with Fans Hobby engineering.
What I mean is, if you're a Tank Lord and he's got his faux parts to command Megatron, you can have the dark. As you said, you can have the Dark Fleet and Tank Lord. So.
Yes, you could. Yeah, it's
which I appreciate. If you notice, I was complimentary of that toy. I do.
Yeah. He does appreciate it. It's why he's talking.
People
about
don't appreciate it enough.
New Age Toys H62 Louis.
I'm very picky.
Legend Scale Blaster.
Obviously not. When it comes, never mind.
Leave it. Leave it.
So I wasn't sure about this because it's got the leg pieces on the side, right? The 3 little dots on the side, which is obviously his. When it comes across and joins for his handle, but that's like the original. I mean, no, because that's. it's because the other ones were lazy with that as well. These ones sink a bit better into the leg.
I like
The
that.
hip first. Yeah.
That's quite cool.
God, where's
Join
this also
first.
gone? Anyway.
John
That's
Travolta.
it's quite an ab crunch.
It's an interesting choice in metallic paint as well. Like, if you notice,
Someone
it looks
just
like
come.
because normally
Maybe.
correct me if I'm wrong here. Pete, you
little
go
bit.
for Nuet. Did they not go for a matte paint first?
You
then
mean
go
you
for
didn't?
metallic? They've gone for metallic straight away, haven't they?
Yes.
Make a different noise.
There'll be several iterations coming, won't there?
Next
There'll
discussion.
be a-
Not very.
You'll get twin
What noise
cast.
do
You'll
you
get
make?
Not
God
very.
knows
Not
what.
very. Not variants though.
There you go. Tapes. And all the bits and pieces he comes with. And also some nice photos of him
That's good.
Oh, that's cool.
sitting about. That's
Okay.
the movie
I
scene.
thought the
Does anyone
photos were absolutely amazing. The way
they're
they captured lots of scenes.
Go on, Lexus.
Where's
What
that-
were you going to say?
Where's the
You've
chair
updated
come
them?
from? I've never seen
Oh,
that
the
chair
chair.
before. Like, I haven't seen that before as a third party offering or a fourth party offering.
Who knows?
That's my ask.
Maybe they've made
Is
it
it free?
themselves. There he is. Downtown.
Oh,
There he is. Again, having a bit of a crunch.
Thrusty thrust face.
Oh, poor Soundwave. It's not quite how I remember that going down, but okay. And there he is as a boombox. Sitting on Teletron 1. Beautiful stuff.
I've got that to everyone.
And then, last bit. Go on, Alexis. You shared this, so tell us all about it.
So, actually, is Dominic in the chat? Because Dominic's the one that actually brought my attention to it. So, Dominic, if you're watching, thank you
He's
so
not
much.
tonight so far.
He is
Is
not,
he
but Magic Square apparently are going to be releasing a MP scale version of their Legend scale Bruticus, which is you've got obviously Onslaught there at the front, and then which has got the most annoying things to tab in, and then Bruticus at the back. And I'm hoping the plastic changes, because if you watch my Bruticus video, the recent one, it's so fucking frustrating to put this thing together. This thing is so complicated. But someone said to me, would it be overcomplicated if it was in MP form? And I was like, that's an interesting question. And probably one for another video, which Ian might want to do and maybe Pete wants to do, because obviously you both collect Legends and MP. But so it's interesting, but we'll see, right? I guess the scale is in the eye of the beholder. That figure there, you can see how big it is in his hand. I guess it's now, do we take that figure and put it into another Transformer hand and see how big it is? That's the only way I can see how you can scale it. But if the MP Bruticus, the Legend scale Bruticus Magic Square, it looks phenomenal. And in my pickups, I will be doing a small reveal of him because I have a pickup that goes with him as an accessory. So, and then we might. Oh no, I haven't.
How tall is it?
How tall? The Magic Square Bruticus is about 10.5 inches. It's probably one of the bigger ones.
It's about an MP size, Pete, give or take.
Wait a second,
I was tempted. I'm not a Legends
Just wanted
collector,
to
but
give
I
him
was
a
actually
chance to
tempted
breathe
get it myself.
during his Saturday night monologue.
Yeah. Even though it's Friday.
There, I'll get him out. At the end.
It just feels like
You'll
it's
keep-
Saturday.
He'll still get
Well,
he'll
talking
get
now,
his
and he'll
poke out on
keep
Saturday.
Look what broke. Look what broke. It broke.
Oh, your
Fell
Lego
apart.
broke.
Oh no!
You mean you
That's
broke
all right.
it?
It wasn't.
You mean
it
you
wasn't
broke
straight
it?
anyway.
Yeah.
Fucking fell
Anyway,
apart.
Bruticus? Bruticus.
Fucking fell apart.
Alexis, wasn't that Onslaught supposed to be a Toon Colors release? Not so much the MP Bruticus behind it, but that Onslaught was a re-release, wasn't it?
It looked like a metallic version, actually. That's what I was thinking.
I had read, because I saw a load of pictures of Onslaught and only that one of Bruticus. So Bruticus is to come in that scale, but I think that reveal was a
Onslaught.
reissue of Onslaught.
There
under
you go.
different
And
paintings.
I did wonder.
Knowledge
It looked.
is
I was like,
power.
I was like, oh, that looks a bit shinier, a bit more metallic than my Bruticus,
Yeah.
a bit more tune accurate. And I
Okay,
did wonder
right.
that.
Yeah,
And my Bruticus, my
Right,
Onslaught is tucked
let's-
inside my
we're
Bruticus.
4 minutes
Sorry,
in.
Paul, are you trying to interrupt me?
I'm trying to rush you on.
Yeah.
We're talking about something. We
You've been
stopped
talking for 3 hours.
I've got work on Monday, Paul. Hurry up.
Andy, you're muted. Sorry. Right. I'm not going to lie. I feel 10% sexier since I've been wearing this T-shirt. Again, if you've probably noticed that 10%, you can order them at tftheshow@gmail.com. $14.99 bargain, and we're going to wear them on Saturday night. That'll be the last plug, I promise. Although I might press the brand waiver across a couple more times. So, let's do some pickups, yeah? Yeah, mate?
Yeah, boy.
Let's do it.
We now return to the Transformers.
And we're going to start off tonight with the pickups. Can we start off? Andy, do you want to go first?
Your sound's got a bit shit.
I think it's a lag when you play a thing and if you start talking when the thing's still playing. You should be able to hear
Oh,
me
you're
now.
back now. You're back now. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Right, Andy, do you want to go first, sir? What
yeah,
did
I
you
will
get this week?
I only have.
Let us know in the comments. What did you get this week?
Eyes for you. No, I got one thing this week, and that was the Lado on the left-hand side of the screen as you look, which is Transformers Universe Dirge, and he is, I think, the last of this particular version of the mold I needed to get. And he was quite rare and very rarely appears on eBay and stuff like that. And often it's in America or Australia or somewhere. So I put out a bit of a call to arms to people to see if they could rustle one up for me. And lo and behold, I had somebody message me saying that they had one. And
Nice.
even better, it only cost me 20 quid postage. So massive thank you to Dion if he's watching. I don't know if he watches the show, but if he does, thank you very much for that. And yeah, he got it to me in double quick time as well, which was nice. And I'm very happy with him. So yeah, I've got all three versions of this mold, which I love this mold. So for me, that's great. I'm just really happy to have them. I just want to know if there's any other. I don't think there's any other versions of this mold. But if anybody knows, please feel free to let me know. So yeah, 20 quid posted for a very rare thing. Oh, it's complete. I forgot to say it's complete. So he's got his Cyberplanet key, even though he wasn't strictly speaking Cybertron at that point. He's got his gun and he's got his missile. Which does fire off at a fair whack if I accidentally press on it.
It does look very good, especially all three together.
Oh, I just love the design. It really like harks back to the was it Dreamwave with the Dreamwave Seekers, Cybertronian Seekers that they had. It kind of invokes that, and I'm sure evokes that, I should say. And I'm sure that's what it was kind of loosely based off. But yeah,
they look like starfighters out of Star Wars. Like when you went back to the alt mode, they're almost like an R2D2 head sticking out at the back, right in the middle.
That's just their heads.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah,
all the other thing is they look like the tree out of Biker Mice from Mars. That's the thing I was thinking of. Like it looked like Biker Mice from Mars.
I didn't really watch Mice from Mars, so I don't get that reference. But I'm sure
I did watch Biker Mice, and I don't get that.
Don't let that deter you, Alexis. From keep talking.
Vinny Turbo, and what's his name?
Throttle.
Some people would point out to me that I've got the swords out, and you don't necessarily have to have the swords out. I prefer the look when they've got the swords out, so that's why I have.
Love running around.
I must admit, with the new star scheme. With the new star scheme based on the Cyberverse, it was kind of weird the amount of connotations it could have. You just weren't sure what you should go with or what's the correct one. But it turns out there's not. It's just everyone has different ways of displaying it.
Exactly, and that's good. You know, people should be able to choose how this. But a lot of people will bend the wingtips back on it. I think that's what in instructions it said to do, but I don't like that look as much. It just looks really more squared off, so I keep them out because it has that.
I always think about that with the Seekers. How much bend should they have?
How much bend? That's a great.
Yeah.
Anyway, there you go. Sorry, that was my only pickup, but I was very, very pleased with it, as people
wonderful
on social media might have noticed. Anyway, that's me.
Sorry, brilliant, great pickup. Always wanted Bumblebee. Right, who's next? Ian. Sorry, Kai.
Yeah, quick one for me. I got nothing other than man flu and a cold this week, but I did get this T-shirt, which, as you will see, is new TF Nation, new Transformers shirt. It's kind of a rule I've got. So just for Sam there in the comments that Beast Wars is better than G1, Sam, and you'll just have to accept it. But yeah, it's all of them.
wrong.
Yeah,
sorry, I didn't talk through your pickups, Andrew, did I?
You also didn't slag off G1, so there you go. Anyway.
All right, take your tampon out, mate. But
if you give it back to me, I will.
Oh God, wash it first. No, I didn't get anything.
No, you're not.
That's me.
Repartee here. It's like a church.
That's a lovely team. I'm not a Beast Wars fan, but that does look cool. The design of it is excellent.
I mean,
it's great,
but it's not G1. And it's not G1. Good point. Well made,
great.
Paul.
and TFN's like 55 days away, so you shouldn't be wearing it.
Sorry, Mum.
I've got this for Christmas.
Strange you went for Mum instead of Dad, but all right then.
Did you try and open your birthday present early? Because I think you did, and I think you got stopped.
Yeah, but that was like a day.
This feels like a private argument. You should.
Oh, he did.
All right, girls.
I'll get Emma involved. Oh
my God,
As long as you're not
She
showing
will
each
not
other
take
your
your
secret
side.
smiles. Just keep
Right,
those
before we have
secret
to-
smiles away.
Involve the women folk. Jamie, what did you get? See a photo.
Well,
and
yes. So you might remember this photo a while back when I did all the mini bots. And so I decided, because I got myself a second God, I've forgotten his damn name now. But I got myself a second one of Beachcomber. Yeah, that was the one. I decided to actually just do a group shot of them all transformed as well. As a sort of convoy, as mini bots sort of roll out. So that was what I was working on this week, and I don't know. It was kind of fun getting out the sort of mini bots. I've always thought of an idea of displaying some of my transformers as having them in robot mode and alt mode, and I think Paddy was talking about that. He does that with some of his masterpiece, so he doesn't need to bother transforming them again. He has like one in two different versions, and I was kind of thinking of that. So I don't know if I'm thinking of like if I decided to
I
display.
have that, Jay, in some of my more popular modes, and some of the ones that I'm more precious about. I do have the same.
Yeah, I mean, just now it's more like I stack them in like sardines, but I'm thinking of decluttering and packing away a lot of stuff and trying to obviously take photos and know which boxes they go in, so I don't have to go for hundreds of boxes to find one figure. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing something like that and having a much smaller collection, but much more visually appealing to me.
I'm really sorry on that photograph. Gears looks a little bit out of sorts. All of them look really cool, and Gears just looks a little bit funky.
Gears to me looks perfect. I mean, the thing is, I think
I'll take your feedback on board, Alexis, but shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, the ones that kind of look more out of sort is Pipes.
Yeah, I was gonna say
and Huffer.
Just looks too big.
Yeah, Pipes and Huffer.
The trucks though.
Yeah, but if you look at the way, I mean, I deliberately, well, obviously I was also following the row in the first photograph as well, which was kind of convenient. But if you've got yourself a Huffer and a Pipes, people will know when you look at it straight on, it's kind of got, it doesn't have the same dynamic as the rest of them. It kind of a bit off. You look at Gears, it's kind of like Gears, except it's kind of like it's got an arc to them, which doesn't really sort of make sense. Where at least with Gears, it just seems like the wheel is like wheels have just gone down more than they should. So, I mean, the best one I think out of them all. Well, actually, it's a bit hard. I like Bumblebee. I think Cosmos owns it, and Warpath is brilliant, and Brawn. I think those are sort of like four are just brilliant.
Yeah.
And
the pipe. Sorry, Jamie. The pipes you've got there, is that Kingdom pipes?
Yes.
Cybertron. Yeah, I've got him as well, and he's brilliant. He's absolutely lovely.
Yeah, brilliant bot modes. Absolutely just exceptional bot modes, and I like those mini bots, the new mini bots do. And I think it was nice that Hasbro went and did it that way. They kind of got rid of this size scale thing and went more into engineering and plastic. So it's just great to put them all today. And I know as soon as you put a photo there, there's other people going, what about Hubcap and stuff like that? Well, he wasn't my mini bot. He wasn't there in a lot of the comics, so no. And now when I think about the cartoon as well, I think of these guys. Obviously, we need Wind Charger. I want a version of him. I hope we get a nice Wind Charger first before they bring out the dead 2-pack of the Wind Charger and Wheeljack, But yeah, So
do you think Wind Charger would be like a remold of maybe like Cliffjumper or something like that? Like,
honestly, don't know. I'm surprised what they're coming up with, and sometimes I just forget. I picked up a Jada. Ken. I mean, obviously I bought him because, you know, representation is important to me, and this, he looks like me. And I thought it's good to have a action figure.
That's what he reminds me of.
Yeah.
Is that because you're just Ken?
I just like it because when I look at it, I just think this is me. This is me. Especially when I wear my red pajamas at night. It's almost like looking in the mirror. You know. It's sometimes I'm surprised Mayland doesn't call the police and think there's an action figure coming to my bed. Yes, yeah. So I like that. That's good.
Yes, the same
a
height.
thing which is a bit controversial, and I don't really. It kind of annoys me is that Hasbro Pulse will put these sales on, you know, for like action figures, or they'll get action figures in stock. But because Hasbro Pulse, you're limited to how many you can buy of a figure. So sometimes it's limited to 1 or 2 or 3, but sometimes it's recently gone down to 1. Meaning, when the stuff goes in sale, I can't buy myself a second copy. So I had to get May Lynn to go and buy me this, because I couldn't buy it. And it also means other people won't buy your stuff with your Hasbro Pulse. It's sometimes you can't do it unless it's, you know, because it used to be 3 or 5 you could buy.
I won't lie, this does sound like the story where Sunak couldn't watch Sky TV.
It's personal problems, isn't it? It really
and that's
is.
why
When one isn't
Sunak,
enough.
and that's why when Rishi said that story, I had true empathy for that individual, and I felt his pain.
Get out.
You get my vote. I know what you mean.
Game recognises game.
I'm with you.
That man gets me.
Yes, you know. And
Working class
again,
problems.
because of the like limited stock thing, I've got this guy as well, and it's obviously extra stock coming from like Singapore and stuff like that. But yeah, so I've got this. I've got him to. I've already got this figure, but he's got a swappable head, so he can become a generic G.I. Joe soldier. And I want to use his head on the Flint G.I. Joe figure, because if anyone who collects G.I. Joe Classified knows that the Flint head is an abomination. It's absolutely disgusting. It's awful. It's like a Thunderbird puppet head. It's just it's like melted in a fire or something, and they just thought, you know what, this would do for a G.I. Joe figure. So a lot of people have been buying this figure just to swap the head to give not Flint, sorry, Lieutenant Falcon a proper head. Because the Lieutenant Falcon head is just an absolute abomination. It's awful, you know.
Yeah,
it's like, I don't know, Boris Johnson.
Like melted waxwork.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Who would like to go next? Peter?
I'm guessing Pete, because Alexis is fine.
Yeah.
With you.
I got a couple of
as well.
bits.
Just keep it as a 4. I had to go to the toilet. So 2 points yourselves.
Your it's not that great either.
I got a couple of bits this week. One was Voyager animated Bulkhead, which
Did
was.
you show that last week?
No, I got the leader class from
leader one.
Yeah,
Oh.
and this one was an eBay purchase, which I bought really before I went to Listed Vintage Toy, and I should have not bought it. However,
You're looking at your Transformers as if they're about to jump you or something.
Well, I need to be careful what I say. They'll come more banded. Quite a fun little toy, and reasonably priced actually. So that will go in a collection. I started off and I had a massive shelf for the animated stuff, and I only had a couple of figures. Now I seem to be getting more and more figures. The shelf has got really small, so I'm going to need to reposition them, I think. I got carded J. Jonah Jameson on the Spider-Man stuff, so he will stay on card and go with the rest. And I think what I'm going to do is start putting all of those carded ones on that wall over there, and have a little bit of a wall display, but I don't know how I'll do that. And last but not least, Magic Square Grimlock, or Magic Square Tyrannosaurus Rex. This, I'm not really a third-party connoisseur, and I'm definitely not a Legends one, but the opportunity to get a toon-accurate Grimlock, I took it. Really enjoyed it. Is it as good as the New Age one? No. But do I like it? And am I glad I bought it? Yes. Transformation was a bit fiddly the first time, but it becomes a bit more intuitive once you've done it a couple of times. I think it's probably because then I know what I'm doing. But really enjoyable figure, really poseable as well. The bot mode is quite good, but it's quite hard to take pictures of because the eyes are sunk back into the head a little bit, so it's quite hard to get the eyes to light up. But beautiful toy, well worth the price, well worth the messing with. Yeah, will go on my Grimlock shelf that is starting to take shape. And I'm definitely in for, I think I'm going to stay New Age for the comic Dinobots, and I'm going to go Magic Square for the Toon ones because I really enjoyed that.
I like that idea
That's
of yours. Why? Okay, so why is he worse than New Age? Because I've literally just ordered him. And now,
no,
like,
I wouldn't say
he's worse.
No. Yeah, but it's not worse as in, oh my god, I really prefer that one. I just think the New Age is a little bit better. I think the transformation, the New Age genuinely feels like a mini masterpiece, and I think the materials are really
You're right, Jamie.
Feel really premium.
Well, I'll get example like my swoop, for example. Like,
Sorry, mate.
Look like that. You just get his rock. Like, that's pretty cool. Rocket's flying in the air. He's stellar quality sweep, isn't he? And I agree with what you're saying about the whole comic book versus the cartoon.
Quick question. Did anybody ask?
You forgot to say sorry. Sorry, then interrupt.
Just a quick one.
Hell.
A nice welcome to the Constructons. First time. I think I've seen you on I haven't seen you on the show before, but welcome to the show.
The Constructicons.
It's not. Well, it could be the actual Constructicons.
Oh my god!
Well, I was going to say, because Grimlock in New Age is slimmer, isn't he? So like,
I'm glad you're still talking, Alexis. I was missing your voice.
For pickups, Alexis.
It's your turn now.
Paul was
talking. Like he's been drinking.
He's literally still talking.
Go on, Alexis. What did you get this week?
It's actually your turn now.
Is it my turn? Are you sure you want me to talk?
He's actually going to say nothing. Believe it or not, he's actually going to say nothing.
All right. So first thing I got, I broke my stand. I got these stands for like $6.99. I broke them. But I realized that when you break one of these stands, it's a
perfect butt plug.
Pickups, not
it's a 5mm. It's a perfect 5mm port. So if you want to display a transformer,
you've just broken something.
You need something less.
So that's pretty cool. So you want to display something 5mm.
That reminds me of the 4 cans of Madry I bought this week. That's yes, yeah. No, I hear you, mate. I hear you. Yeah, go on, carry on.
Something else broken. Is your Dyson still okay?
I got a Wily kit. I got Super 7 Wily kit.
I think men should get dolls. Yeah, I agree with you, Alexis.
Super 7 Wily kit.
You mean a different kind of doll, Jamie?
It's a Barbie doll. A Barbie doll.
That's been a pretty good find for me. That little.
We're still talking about that one.
We are.
You actually went past your actual pickup and started talking about the thing you broke again.
Yeah. I got Paul's favorite Transformer this week. What is Paul? Okay, not Paul, but what is Paul's favorite Transformer? Anyone else?
Sideswipe.
CJ, please.
Yeah, Sideswipe it all day long.
Huffer.
It's all
Huffer. I got New Age Huffer. And
it's still
as well.
Sideswipe. Just so you clear.
Whatever. I got New Age Huffer. So New Age Huffer and
are you going to do some photos of that?
I was going to. I don't think there's been many reviews of this one so far. None of the big YouTubers have done it yet, so I will do one.
I've got a real stretchy bum.
I will do that because I've got
big
the
YouTubers.
When you say big YouTubers, do you mean like PewDiePie?
Like people like Deluxe and stuff. So
okay,
exactly.
I love you put Deluxe's name in because you know he's been on the show, so we can't say anything. Yeah, that shut you up, didn't it? Yeah.
I was trying to look for. I've got so much Lego on my desk right now because this thing's fucking exploded on me. I was going to say I've got the Magic Square version.
You being drunk?
No, literally. No, actually, it's trying to connect Swoop to the back of it because it's got 5mm ports. You can connect the the flight stands to the back of it. So I had
power. If you break a flight stand, it fits a 5mm board.
It does. It does.
You deserve that.
It does. My last pickup, which was a pickup and a gift, by the way, I got Iron Factory's. Cunt. I got Iron Factory clear version. Can't get it twice. Clear version of Wingblade, which is one of the rarest Transformers ever. So luckily, I got it
genetic miracle.
I got it for a reasonable price. No, not from Rohan, from Paul Farrelly. Paul Farrelly sent me this. So I bought it. I bought this for you originally, Paul. I gave this, and then it's come full circle back to me. And the absolute massive wanker then sent me his Battle Slash, which was not a derogatory term for anything sexual. It is actually a Battle Slash, and I'm very grateful, but I have no idea what to do with that.
But that's why you got it. I was in the same situation.
No, we can suggest a couple of things.
Yeah. But what you did send me as well, which I think is very cool as well, right, is this Starscream, which is a very small Starscream. But I figured I could do it now on camera if you want me to. I could just do it off camera later. I know. But I don't even know what you're going to do. This is Magic Square Bruscus. I can put Starscream on top of this badge, and it's the right scale to say, Megatron, I'm going to lead the other Decepticons. And I've actually got Devastator, and I've got.
What does he sound like, Elmo?
That's just like Ed from Volts of Vicon ordered said that he's going to do a reading.
He hasn't had his Barocca for the day. That's what it is. So, but I'm going to do some photographs of this guy on his shoulder, and then I'm going to do. I've got Devastator from New Age. I've got Magic Square Menasor. So I might try and do a little bit of a reaction scene of that last part of
Jamie's having an embolism.
I think it's quite cool. So. But look how cool that is! Like that's like
talking about the fucking thing you broke.
Yeah, I know.
Oh Jesus!
Mate, it's not a discovery of penicillin that you've just done as a happy mistake.
No, Sam, come back and have another look at it. You don't get it. It's broken, and now it's magic.
There we go. Oh, and the other thing as well, I just want to say as well, which will be on my my review of Pango Toys Prime. Paul, that's the gun you get at Pango Toys.
Yeah,
massive, and that's New Age. So look at that. That's not bad for scale, is it?
Fucking hell! So that's
I know
the natural Transformer next to the one.
That's the natural Transformer, and that's. So I'm wondering, is that Doctor Wu size? Ooh.
I think Doctor Wu might be too small for it.
I don't know. There we go.
Right. Okay. There's some Target Master love coming
Jamie,
right now.
Don't go forward. Don't go forge. Don't go full forge, Jamie.
You see Nolsey's comment.
Yeah,
I like that
one.
Well played, John. Well played.
What? That
didn't you get
last week? Is that not enough?
Does that not
it's a weekly show. That's a problem with that.
You've got
give them both.
I got that Black Mamba Tarn, didn't I? Like 2 months ago.
Oh.
You're like, God, I've got to talk about this every week.
12-inch Black Mamba.
Yep. Big Black Mamba. And I got Pengu Toy Prime, which I'll just keep doing each week because it's really good. Got Skywarp.
Now hold on, we give Alexis a lot of shit for going through pickups from weeks ago. You can't keep doing it.
All right, cool. Let's move on.
I'm looking forward to seeing who he's got for the Red Bull. I think we're going to be in for a treat.
Right, let's do foreplay. Our favourite Target Master, double Target Master ever.
These are sex people.
What do you mean?
They're sex swappers. Lynn, this is DEFCON 1. Look. Look. Don't make the same noise as them. Don't think you want to join in.
Yeah, so tonight we're going to look at our Target Masters, specifically ones which had 2 Target Masters. There wasn't loads of them. Alexis just given up. Nope, don't have it. So, who would like to kick us off on this? Your favourite ever double Target Master?
I think Ian should go before me because we have picked the same one. So Ian wants to go before me.
Go on, Ian.
Thank you. I'll be quick and out of the way. Mine is for different reasons, only because I got Needle Nose. And I'm not too au fait with the double target masters, even though I'm looking at the ones that are available. This one in particular, apart from being a very good robot of this toy, has a special meaning to me because this was bought for me by good old Ed Bumblejumper, who just bought it for me out of the blue. I think it could have been for my birthday one year, so it holds pride's a place. And it's made me kind of look at the character more because it was bought with love. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't really too clued up on the character anyway. But saying that, I liked how he was portrayed in IDW and how he was. And to keep me honest here, was it Brother of Trax?
Was it Trax? I don't know how the whole thing, but yeah, basically Brother of Trax. Him and Trax were tight.
Yeah.
Not the same relationship they had with who was the one that he was supposed to love who got killed. Was it Horrible? Him and Horrible used to knock around together.
Oh yes, yeah. But I like the kind of the brother or brotherhood on either side of it, and it made me kind of like look at the character a little bit more. So yeah, I think he's and the toy's brilliant. As I say, he's a cracking toy, good looking Decepticon, proper Decepticon colours. The double target master features somewhat lost on me, but then again, I'm not his target audience. But it was bought for me by good old Bumblejumper. Love you, Ed. Thank you very much for this. And he's my double target master pick because he's got a nice backstory for me.
You're my backstory. Jamie, what did you get?
Yeah, back you go. If you can share that screen, Paul.
Yes, sir.
So my choice is like Ian sort of option there is Needle Nose, and Needle Nose to me was quite a unique toy because I was introduced to him through Marvel UK Comics, and I was never introduced to him as actually a double target master. I was introduced to him as basically just your normal run-of-the-mill Decepticon, except he was cool because he was in the Mayhem Attack Squad. Well, the Mayhem Attack Squad Part 2, or the second version of the Mayhem Attack Squad, because the first one got wiped out by Megatron and Galvatron during the wonderful Time War saga. But the first time I was introduced to him was in the black and white story, and although I think they did a colour version later, which I wasn't sure if it was in some annual, or I can't remember, or the summer. Sometimes they do the collected comics, but I don't think it was collected comics, But I
was
think
it strip or was it the pro story?
I think it was the one when they were talking about the Mayhem Attack Squad when they were training for the Mayhem Attack Squad.
Oh, that was just comic. That was just the comic story. Yeah, I know.
And the original one was black and white.
Yeah,
and it had wonderful pencil work and it was wonderful sort of colouring. But basically, the toy Needle Nose, it was basically had two partners, which was Sunbeam and Zig and Zag, and they were two sort of Nebulons, which were meant to sort of be like him, sort of inventors, wheelers, and dealers. But I honestly fell in love with Needle Nose from the actual comics, and with me, he was just. It was just the artwork it drew it to me, and it was obviously the fact that it was he was in some iconic stories, because in this one they were obviously training for the Mayhem Attack Squad, and then later you'll find them going after two of the survivors from the Mayhem Attack Squad, the original Mayhem Attack Squad, which were Catella and Karnavik, and it was just very well put stories. You got to see the personalities of the characters, you got to see how the other pretenders were psychotic. In his Mayhem Attack Squad, and Needle Nose was probably very much like me. He's thinking, what the hell am I doing here? And he was kind of scared. He was kind of scared, but he was also kind of brave. And I think his friend Spinster, who I used to call Spinster, because I think when I was a young age reading this, I never really caught on with the other eye, But Spinster was basically doing his best to cover up for the guy and to make sure he would get selected for the Mayhem Attack Squad, because his cowardness, which is perceived as cowardness, because sometimes the bravest thing is to act brave, didn't get him get executed because of the Decepticon sort of oaths that they take. But it was just a brilliant story, and it was obviously greater because you got to see the character again after they killed Cartilla, and Karnavik went for revenge to hunt down the sort of new Mayhem Attack Squad by himself, and Needle Nose knew about this, and he didn't fancy dying because he was obviously quite scared for his life. So there's a story of Cry Wolf where he kept testing other Mayhem attack squad to come to his rescue if Carnivac attacked. So it was basically a Cry Wolf story. So he kept testing the Mayhem attack squad, saying, "Oh, you weren't fast enough. You know, if Carnivac was really here, I would have been killed." You know, and then eventually they get a bit annoyed and pissed off. So when he did scream for Carnivac, when he really did show up, they didn't come running. So there's quite some good stories about that. There was also stories where they were involved with the Pretender. What was the evil Pretender called? The leader of the Decepticons, Thunderwing?
Thunderwing.
Was it yeah, Thunderwing. He was involved in the Thunderwing sort of story. You know, when they realised Thunderwing was a bit psychotic and nuts. You know, and we're kind of happy when the Autobots rescued him from Thunderwing. And, you know, and surrendered. So he was involved in quite a lot of the later stories. Although for the life of me, I can't remember a story where, and I don't think he was in Marvel UK, where they actually introduced the sort of double target masters as such. But I loved the figure. I loved the colours. I thought they were bright. It was such a cool figure to have. And it was good to have like another double target master as well. And now we've got Quake on his scene. It's just going to feel complete, even though we had a Quake toy. We didn't have his double target master partners. Where with Spinister, you could pick up his double target partners, be through other toys. You know, where they came packaged with other toys. But it's just an exceptional, fun little figure, good mold, good colours, and it's something I just like when it's nice and simple and nice and sharp, nice and clean, and it's what Decepticon colours should be, vibrant, that sort of deep purple. In hand, he looks just as good. Yes, so there's the 3 double target masters together. Fun figures to have, and the new Quake, I think, has got a lot of people excited. I would have liked the new Quake to be a bit duller, but let's be honest, we've got Needle Nose, which is brilliant. We've got a brilliant Spinister, but yes, Needle Nose is my choice. I really did like the character, and so to get a toy and as a double target master with the double, and I remember contacting Andy because I wasn't sure about the lore, if he should have his 2 double, you should have a target master in each hand, or it should be combined as a super gun. Because in a lot of the reading, the thing that was special about these guys is they could combine to form a super gun. And yet, there was no stories to sort of really back that up. And then I wasn't sure what order the super gun should go. Should, you know, which one should be Sunbeam, should it be bottom, or should it be top? You know,
power of choice, Jamie. As a child, that's what you had. You could have it in whichever way you wanted it.
Who was the giver? Who was the taker? You just didn't know.
They could
okay. I'll go next. So no, go on, Pete. Sorry.
No. You go next.
No, you were going to reference something. You remind me.
I was just going to say it'd probably be a good question for James Roberts to see if he gave a different persona and flushed out the character in IDW for certain characters that perhaps in Marvel he probably felt didn't get a great run, because Needle Nose in the Marvel comics was a bit wet, wasn't he? He was kind of like he was never one way or the other. Yet when you then came to IDW, he gave him, you know, a real storyline. He was part of the Scavengers, you know, and he had the stuff with Horrible and Tracks and stuff. So I always think that, you know, when we get a new iteration, is it like, oh, I didn't like what the previous writer did with the character, so I'm going to do this with it?
I can see the point, but the thing is, when Marvel Comics was almost coming to an end at that point, it was coming to an end to its run as well. And I think the stories, I think when you look at a lot of people in the military, because Needle Nose was kind of drafted up into the Decepticon army, mostly because he just wanted to take vengeance on some people who slammed his inventions, and I think that came from the Ladybird storybooks or something like that. It slagged off his inventions, so he wanted vengeance on them, so he joined the Decepticon army because he thought, I could kill these people. Then he realised, you know what, I don't like this whole dying and killing and murder thing, I'm not really sure about it. And I think it's sort of showing that in a lot of these conflicts, a lot of these people find themselves in these different sides who are not really got the heart in it to be murderous killers. You know, you look at Catilla, which was the main attack squad. He was very much a heroic Autobot in everything he done, and yet for some reason he found himself in the Decepticons, and he had enough respect that an evil Decepticon like Carnivac would revenge him and would stick by him just because he knew how good Catilla was, even though Catilla was against the ethos of what the whole Decepticon stood for, which I thought was interesting.
But he was still a bit of a pussy, wasn't he?
No, he wasn't. He was the best.
Someone get a trombone.
To summarise.
I mean, double target masters. I was getting a bit worried about this. Like, I couldn't really remember any double target masters from our childhood. So I went for Romance of the Three Kingdoms 8 for the PlayStation 2. I'm joking. I didn't go for that. I did have a double target master. So my first double target master came to me probably about 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I remember doing 3. It must have been when we were doing the show, so it can't be more than 3 and a bit years ago.
Cool. Are we getting the official? Are we getting the official scoop for this?
You are. It was Scoop. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. If you imagine Thrilling 30s, I want you to imagine in your mind a brilliant toy line, and I'm going to show you the alt mode. And from that alt mode, you've got to think, cool, that alt mode is pretty amazing. The Transformer bot mode must be pretty good. So look at this alt mode. Now, it had diecast in it. Okay, it's not big. It's not a big Voyager class thing. It's quite a small one. It had two target masters with it, and that was its alt mode. And that's an impressive alt mode. It doesn't come in that. Now look at this for a fucking robot mode. That's impressive. It unfolds into this absolute giant orange throbbing Autobot with absolute wheel arms and shoulders. He hasn't skipped on leg day at all. He's got his double.
Remember when you has skipped on ankle day though, hasn't he?
I was so impressed. It was one of my first Thrilling 30s I ever had.
And you know when you've been scooped.
He hasn't skipped. That's why he can't move them. Yeah, Ian.
I think that was the first time I spoke to you.
That was my satirical humour.
Yeah.
Is I asked you where did you buy that, and then I think you sold the Kabau Toy Marketplace, and I was new to Transformers, and I went Kabau Toy Marketplace. What is this?
What is this? Strange?
Den of Rose witchcraft.
Shoulders.
But yeah, look at them puff out. But yeah, I was fucking well impressed with him. He was one of the first ones I probably bought outside of Combiner Wars when I was getting into Combiner Wars. So yeah, and we need to do something about the Thrilling 30 line because you think back to that, and I was looking at Sandstorm last week and Springer, Roadbuster. Oh, I can't wait to get into that. But yeah, that was my inside it. That was my choice, which I'm happy to say he won. So that was the best choice of the night.
Not even finished.
We haven't even finished. Yeah. But
Alexis, you want to go next? Alexis?
I don't mind.
The only time he doesn't fucking talk.
What's the fucking
I know, right?
I'm sensing hostility.
Is it my turn?
If you want
At which point, Jamie? At which point?
Oh, no, you go. It's fine. You go. It's fine. Sorry, you go.
Why do you discuss that? Do you want to go get into discussion about this? You go.
You go, and I'll talk over you.
Because I'll just talk for you anyway.
There you go. You go, and I'll talk over you.
Come on, Alexis.
Andy, it's your go.
No, Alexis, you first.
Right, you go, and Andy can talk over you.
So, I looked really hard for a third party.
What did you look for?
I looked really hard. I looked for third party.
Question.
I'm
winding you up, you dickhead.
Oh, wait a minute. Well, ask a question. I want to drink first.
Right, go on. Get on with it. Come on. Let's do it properly.
What did you
find, Alexis?
I look for a third party double target master. And if you look at Pete and Ian, they're going, I don't think there is one. I'm going, well, technically there is. Because a double target master is a target master that has 2 guns. Am I correct?
Nope.
2 target master guns, which are nebula.
Two targets.
Sorry, yes.
So they turn into individual robots.
Correct. So I have bought an X-Transbox figure that in the box came with 2 target masters. It was Cup.
No, he didn't.
Cup. He did because he came with Haywire and Recoil. One and officially one was for Hot Rods, but he came in the box.
Have you ever heard someone drunk say officially?
Do you know you only had 6 to choose from? 6, and you couldn't even pick one.
Okay, if you go onto Transformers Wikipedia, Alexis, who does it say that the Recoil belongs to?
4 hours drinking at cricket club, but not
3 hours.
These two.
3 hours.
Sorry, 3 hours.
Ignore these two. They're just talking. Ignore them. These two came in the box with Cup. Therefore, he's a double target master.
But the law is that he has one target master. You've seen.
Hang on. I'm sorry.
Rebirth.
Wait. When you I'm sorry. When you
sorry. You don't seem sorry.
Hi guys, it's Paul, the host of.
Wait a second. Why are you saying the law around double target master? There was no such thing until 2 guns came in one box. So that's the fucking law.
And they were called double target masters. They created the law in the 1980s. Right, it's ludicrous. How dare you, Ian?
Right.
How dare you use logic?
Now, if you can show me where,
let's all go down.
The rules, written down in the rules, they came in the same box. 2 target masters, same box, one transformer.
Nigel Farage.
You know, I often think sometimes murder's overrated and sometimes
and underutilized.
Andy,
just make me big.
See how many viewers we've lost.
You can do it by taking your top off if you want, Paul.
Hey. During his bullshit, I transformed Needle Nose, by the way.
Fair play.
I've not transformed them yet.
I'm surprised you didn't transform him several times. Right, I'm going to give a quick, because we always seem to forget honourable shout out, so we just don't bother doing. Quick honourable shout out to Quake. There's my G1 Quake. That was a really cool bot. I'm hoping the new one will be just as good. I'm also going to give a shout out to the one the lads have already mentioned. There's my G1 Needle Nose as well, because I remember being in the shop in Woolworths and having a choice. They had on the pegs Needle Nose and Spinister, and that's why my choice is Spinister. Now, I love this crazy fucker. I love his random colours. I remember his box art was awesome. It made him look. It was that whole thing with G1. The box art does all the heavy lifting, and I remember thinking, "Wow, look at that! Look at the pose! What incredible action!" But oh my god, look at the little arms! Look at the little arms! Look at them! Look at them! That's what you got. But I will say this: for a G1 Transformer, especially one of the later ones, the transformation is actually a little bit more clever, and there's more to it. It's not just a simple fold out arms, fold out legs. You're done. There's a bit of twisting, and you have a bit of what? Shut the fuck up! I'm not your performing monkey, dickhead. Anyway, I'll do it in a minute. But
you are my performing monkey.
Not only somebody mute that fucker. Not only is that a great figure. I mean, it's not, but it is for a G1 figure. But also, I mean, come on. I would say there's a very good argument that the War for Cybertron one is the one of the best, not just deluxes, but Transformers that we have had ever.
Agreed.
It is an absolutely outstanding bot. The colours, the way they captured, the feel of it, I cannot put into words how much I love this. I had to buy a couple of target. They're not the right target masters. I think one of the target masters you had to get to be with him is like in a exclusive box set that Jamie's probably got 3 of, but I haven't got any. So I gave him 2 random target masters just so he's got a couple of target masters. But just if you don't own this figure in particular, I mean, you could probably give that one a miss. But if you don't own this figure in particular, you've got to buy one. It is just Needle Nose is brilliant. Totally agree. The new Quake, hopefully also brilliant. But this, outstanding. And I would recommend if you don't have one, you find one, you buy one, you borrow one. Don't steal. It's wrong morally. I mean, you can, but I'm not going to stop you. But, you know, Spinister. Plus, he was also awesome in the comics. And this is the thing. You've got your comic book people like me. I grew up more in the comics because I didn't have Sky. So me and Rishi. Oh, God, we've got something.
You and Rishi, yeah. You comparing ourselves.
Andy, Andy lives around here. Oh,
you don't live near him, do you? He's not from Richmond.
Oh, God. He's not from Richmond. No, he's from fucking Southampton. But he lives up here, you know, because of all his connections with Richmond, North Yorkshire. Anyway, Don't vote for him. He's a cunt. Right. Anyway, there you go. A little bit political.
You say rich men or rich men?
He's great. He's great in the comic books. He's awesome, and then he's unjustly murdered by Karnavac. Or maybe justly. All right, completely justly. But still, he's awesome. So come on.
He was one of the most capable of the Decepticons as well.
He's brilliant. And he's there with Thundering and the other characters, and he just always seemed to... I think they actually read his bio and thought about the fact that he was supposed to be intelligent and sly and sneaky and all the rest of it, but he was brilliant. And yeah, I always love this toy as well. It is a bit crap now by modern standards, but it's lovable. And yeah, I'm going to transform it because.
But it's like a. It's
not
like
because you told me to, Alexis, because I want to. Yeah, that's right.
It's like a 26-inch waist and a 48-inch chest, isn't it?
What? How he rolls? Don't be so judgmental, Pete. Especially you.
So
I can hear the squeaking. I can hear the squeaking, and I feel
the Monday Spear says it's so good that when I sold mine on eBay, I sent the wrong one. I sent his Autobot counterpart, and the person. And the person sent me an email and goes, actually, I want both. Can you sell me the second one, please? And so I sold the second one straight away. And going back to your Quake, by the way, Quake was always my GT Megatron because you can have his target master.
I love this second pickups. This is brilliant.
So
child.
I never had a Megatron.
Go on, Alexis, keep going. You're on it.
Go on. You're up there
Have
with
you
me.
thought about doing your own?
It was the tank, so. Oh, awesome! That's awesome. I love the cockpit. That's an awesome cockpit.
Sorry, it was Apache. Anyway, you got that reference. Well done to you. Spinister, it's the winner because it's the best.
Yeah, do the chopper.
No.
Go Bots!
So why didn't you pick Quake out of interest?
Me?
What?
Yes.
Or him?
Oh, because Quake.
No, fuckface.
Because Quake belongs to my brother. I owned Landfill. I did say that originally, and then someone said, "Oh, why Landfill?" Because someone in the chat midweek said, "Why don't you look for a third party one?" I went, "Oh, I will." So I looked for Cup. So,
yeah, who was that? Who do we have to thank for that? Let's just think for a second.
Pete.
So I would pick.
Pete,
I would pick.
You're victim blaming, and I don't like that kind of event.
I would have picked Landfill as my G1 because I've been going to do this all
right, come
G1.
on, who's next? He's warbling. Go on, Pete.
So my favorite double target master. I've actually lost the target masters in various house moves. However, Quick Mix does still count as a double target master, even though I don't have them.
He does, because he was one.
Yes. Ricochet and a name close to my heart, Boomer. Due to my advancing age. Quick Mix doesn't really have a backstory other than his bio. He was never a main character, but he was... I got him at the same time as I got Nightbeat because they must have released Double Target Masters and the Junior Headmasters at the same time. But I remember getting him. This is my OG. Sentimental value. I will never get rid of it. Even though a double target master with no target masters is just a bot. So for me, it's Quick Mix.
Beautiful.
It's a lovely Quick Mix. I want to pick one of those up, to be fair.
Yeah.
He's tight as.
What even buy a drink?
Yeah. Actually. Short arms.
Sounds like the scouting party. I
said he wouldn't. I said he wouldn't.
Scouting party. Round dodging party.
Right, cool. Have I missed anyone?
The psychological scars still run deep.
So fucking deep. And it will not be repeated.
I don't even know. I don't even know why you're like
Tell
that.
him, Ian. Tell him.
Bitter.
Don't try and die on that hill, all right? You've got no
imagine
leg to
the
stand
impact. Imagine the impact it would have had if you weren't a Beast Force fan.
Imagine if I had an invite to the scouting party. Just so. Just so.
We're all in the same fucking place.
Oh, is that where the real anger is? You're not even upset.
Would have been nice to have been asked, Andy. That's all I'm saying.
Left you with the women folk.
To be fair, Pete just kind of fell into it. I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah,
anyway,
he's unplayful. He can't make his own. Yeah.
We now return to the Transformers.
Whoa. Sunstreaker Titan, quick mix, stop my love of Transformers. Get out of the chat.
Who said that?
Shut the door. Shut the door on the way out.
Did that happen recently?
Why
like
do you
Tuesday.
not need? How many Autobot cement mixers can you think of? None.
No more than 8.
Quick mix.
Is this to help? Is this to help your argument? Sir, what you need in your life is most Autobot cement mixer. How many can you like? Exactly.
Discussion tonight is something to do with Transformers looking good and then people getting annoyed.
Your enthusiasm just died completely through that sentence.
No.
I love the fact in the chat he replies with great idea. It comes to the night
It's
show.
a great
Are we
idea.
doing it again? Where am
I
I?
really like the double target masters.
Pour a wine.
Which one shall I choose? Right, so it's all about. Can't explain it, Andy, Jamie. Take us through this, guy. I kind of get it. It's come down to Mark Cyclonus on Twitter's posted some stuff. Some shit went down. We have expectations, don't we, of Transformers when we first see them and what we think they're going to be. And there was a little bit of beef going down. We stepped in, tried to stop it, but we can't stop all the beef. Do you know what? We can't stop all the beef.
We're not mad cow disease. No, we can't do it.
Let it be known that Transformers the show is not responsible
Too
for
soon.
all the beef.
That was brilliant.
Old reference. Yes, you basically said it. It was the fact that some people picked up on not just the design of the toy, that was the initial thing, I think, but then also on some comments made by one of the engineers, Mark, or praise be to Mark, who just made some fairly innocuous comments that were then pounced on a little bit. But the initial thing was the design thing. It was the fact people weren't happy. It wasn't the toy they had wanted. And that's kind of part of the thing sometimes, that we all, I suppose, have our own ideas of what we think the toy should be that we're getting. And are those expectations realistic? Is it okay to have them? Fair enough. I mean, that's what we're going to do, kind of have a chat about, and where it kind of goes overboard, like it did for this a little bit, where people were, I wouldn't say instigating a pile-on necessarily, but it did seem to get a little bit nasty in the sense that some of the other more reasonable, shall I say, YouTubers.
It was starting to get absurd. It was almost like, someone would make a statement like, did you notice that Mark used a word with 6 letters 3 times in one sentence? 666, Mark of the Beast. And you're like, for fuck's sake. I mean, these people were just going into another universe.
To be fair, I made that comment in good faith, Jamie. You don't need to pull me up on that.
Well, well done, Andy. Mark of the Beast. Good play with words there.
Exactly. There you go.
I was like, whoa. If you're going to be unhinged, do it in style. I know, but yeah.
I think that it's obvious that people have favourite characters, and in your head you will have a perception of what you want that character to look like or how you want the transformation to be, and everyone wants individual molds and stuff, and I think we know that the engineering that goes into these bots now has probably commanded a higher price tag. But I keep saying because it is true, and it's easy when you have a rational way of thinking. They are toys at the end of the day, and I think there's a fork in the road, and that version of a character is available, and you either like it or you don't. But I don't think it's something to get on a high horse about.
I just want to take the other side to this, because I think you three are quite aligned in what you think. There was a Transformers release, and they could have done better. I think the hard bit is, and Hasbro will never be able to appease this, when you really love a certain character and you really love the G1 toy, and I know we joke about it with CJ face, but I loved the G1 toy, and my expectations could never be met, to be honest, by Hasbro. And when it came out, it was a lot smaller, wasn't it? Well, 2/3 of the size of the original toy. It wasn't going to be a bigger class. They were like, I probably would have spent another £20 or £30 to make it the perfect figure that I wanted. But for that price point, and for what they had to do, and for that class, it's probably all Hasbro could probably realistically do. When they have to produce, I don't know, like 40 bots every single year, you think Fans Toys probably does about 6. Other companies do about 4 or 5. That's a lot to get out. They're going to have hits and misses, aren't they? And it's not going to absolutely represent what you had or what you wanted. be the perfect version of what your favorite toy was as a kid. And when you think of that, like I love Ape Face was one of my favorite toys. Optimus Prime, there's 2,000 of them. But if your Needle Nose, if that's your favorite, it's going to be a hard thing, isn't it? There's going to be misses during that line. And I've probably beaten Hasbro up for it far too often. It feels like they got a little bit beaten up for it this time. They're just not going to land it every single time. It's a shame, but when you need to mass produce that many Transformers, it's just the honesty in the room, isn't it? The realism.
And the thing is, Mark said himself that got jobbed on as well. At the end of one of his comments, he did say you can't please all the people all of the time, which is 100% true. Like you just said, the CJ face. I know a lot of people love that figure. I know that shocks you, but they do. And the fact of the matter is, you and a lot of other people don't like that figure. So like you said, it's horses for courses. But people then picked on that as like him having a go and being condescending and all. It's not being. It's the truth. We can't all love everything. It does not work.
Sorry, I missed the. So I haven't read the Twitter post or the face. What was the figure they picked on? Sorry.
It's good to see you.
It was She-Ra, 1998 She-Ra re-release.
Because everyone watching the show might not.
Everyone here instead of Blonde. I know you've seen.
Everyone watching the show might not know. So what was the figure they picked? What was the figure that they picked? What was the figure they picked?
Just said everyone who watches the show might not know. We did say though, didn't we, at the start?
We've literally just been discussing it for the last 5 minutes while you were.
I was away.
Well, just watch the rerun. It's still on YouTube right now. Just
about a full beer.
Wait.
Or you could just.
You want us to pause the show while you
see it all again in a live show?
Whilst Alexis goes back and re-watches this show.
What was the figure? That's what I asked.
Whilst Alexis can go back.
Slipstream. The new Slipstream.
Slipstream. Right. Slipstream. Okay, fine. Oh, interesting. Oh,
probably Quake at the start of the show.
I thought
when you were here.
I thought Quake looked a bit more.
Yeah, what were you say, sir?
I mean, for me, it's. Go on, Jeremy.
Oh no! Go on, Ian.
So, for me, it's a bit simply of wind your neck in a bit, in as much as we are lucky. We are lucky that this fandom is going and they are still putting stuff out. It's a proper first world problem, but I like the fact that there is one. Like, it's not the size and the shape and the scale that I want. I'd rather that than nothing at all. And we've said it before. Look at the franchises that have fallen by the wayside. We are lucky for 40 pissing years that it is kept going. And as Paul was just very well put, there is so many that they're throwing out every year. No, they're not going to land it right all the time. But at least they're doing it. Come on. I look at it and I switch off right from the word go, because I think to myself, get over yourself. It's far better to have than not. There will be someone out there that goes, for me, as you know, Razorclaw is my boy. If I see if that was my Razorclaw being released, I wouldn't care. I'd buy it because it's my character. Someone out there, that will be their Razorclaw. And I just don't get it. So I take on board all of your points. I think you're all right with your points. But when I look at the comments, I just think, honestly, you do not realize how good you have it sometimes. I think there is a little bit of development.
Like Rohan's saying, like done slower, but better and more expensive. So you would more likely. So I must be on my third Huffer since I've been collecting mainline. If you account for the other two, there's a lot of characters where like Hasbro's now. I'm into the third iteration that they've released. Sideswipe definitely.
I think
would I rather
it
just have
depends.
one when you think fans' toys are just
Told you have that.
Yeah, that's just it.
Figure at a time, aren't they?
As you said, that kind of goes into like a third party or a masterpiece range where you get
but why not
less frequent, but it's different. It's different lanes. Yeah, it's different lanes.
The current toy lines like Legacy kids can still buy them, and they still get interested. I still see.
But it's Chug versus Masterpiece. You can't throw out Masterpiece at the same volume as Chug. So you just can't. It doesn't work. So pick the lane that you're in and whatever.
They've got to repeat it, right? Because there is an expectation that there will be a certain level of revenue and profit. And I think fans' toys are working to pay for the designers and stuff like that. Hasbro have got shareholders.
Whoa.
Hasbro's got shareholders
licenses that they have to pay for.
We've had this.
I think when I look at
one second,
I
one
think
second,
when I look at Mark
James,
and Evans, and when I look at Mark and Evans,
can put them next to each other,
and BMAC, I think what Hasbro are doing is giving these engineers and designers airtime in YouTube, almost making them like social media influencers.
Yeah, I love that. That's clever.
Ian, high five. Ian, high five.
And I think that's a great thing. And I think the thing with Mark and Evans and BMAC is they go into detail about what the design choices behind the figures, giving feedback to the fans. And in some cases, they've actually shown what they really wanted to implement, but because of money restraints and the higher ups not allowing them to do it, they've been forced back. So I think with the volume, these guys could easily do things, but they're held back. For example, a simple thing like giving all the figures hands that open and close. I think they've been told they shouldn't do that because it costs a bit too much. So it's something.
I think you missed the point. You missed the point, Jamie.
Special figure. It comes for like a special figure. So they were talking about maybe C grip, where the sort of like hand is just molded as if it could hold a gun. And they're asking people now to give feedback in what they would like to see, and to see what people's actual expectations are, and maybe start to share. But there's a practical reality behind this. You know, we can't use certain paints because it has that problem. We can't use a certain plastic with this paint color because there'll be problems there. Like they went to great lengths with Bumblebee. And we're getting first-hand information. So it's like what Ian was saying, you know, we're in a very privileged situation. And these people are better than the influencers because these are the people who are designing the thing, you know, and they've got love for it. And I think when you look at the Soundwave pack with Buzzsaw, you get this real feeling that the designers, the creative team, really had to push for that to get made and to bring that Buzzsaw out, because that's what people were kind of screaming for and wanting. And it's like,
they've spoken about that though, haven't they, Jamie? They've actually come out on the streams and said we had to push for this, and then we're getting some of these figures because they have found a way by doing whatever they've done within the budget, so we get certain figures that we wouldn't get otherwise. How many crankcases are you really going to get? You know, how many of these like smaller characters that, yes, they are your 8 faces, they are your whatever character you love, but they're the smaller characters that weren't a big deal back in the 80s.
To your point,
a double dealer, you know,
and it's amazing.
To your point,
we're so privileged.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine, right? Back in that original like room, like when Buzzsaw was, someone said Buzzsaw, and then went, "Now we're doing Laserbeak," and like Mark and the crew were going, "No, we're going Buzzsaw," and was going, "No, Laserbeak's, we're going Laserbeak because Laserbeak was and was going." No, they've had Laserbeak. We're going to Buzzsaw. No, you want to talk about? You imagine?
You made your point.
Well, I mean, it's like Mark said. Even changing the paint of something can cause a lot of hassle to the way the factories are set up.
So, going back to what something Ian said about, so Pete said about fans toys. We've had the same sort of derogatory comments about fans toys, and I've been one of the people which have actually jumped the bandwagon a little bit. When fans toys, here we go, right?
Like you.
No,
it wasn't being derogatory. Fans toys.
You've been drinking the fans toys Kool-Aid.
Can you buy shares in fans toys?
Drinking the Kool-Aid, Lexus.
Oh, when fans toys werewolf came out, fans
toy shares.
Lupus. No.
So can you buy shares in Hasbro?
Yes.
Right. So that's the point I was making.
All right. No, I understand.
You just said the opposite.
But you brought up fans toys. I want to say that I agree, and I think that fans toys has the same challenge in a way, because when they brought up their Lupus 2.0, which is meant to be the better figure, everyone jumped on the bandwagon and said that's a different color, that's a different shade. They've changed the paint. I hate this, and everyone's going, hang on. I don't like this at all, and you know, and I was like, and I had the original. I bought the new one.
I says to the man, I says to him,
and it's like, and then everyone's like, going, I don't like it.
Believe it.
All right, Ian, you go. Ian, you talk about this.
No. Fast forward to the
end.
Well,
I already have, haven't I?
Fast forward to the end of your point. What point are you making?
But the whole point is, though, that as you said, with choice, and we should feel lucky that we're getting these 2.0s or these 3.0s, whatever they are, right? We don't, because we've all got a vision, a pedestal, right? We're all trying to aim for a pinnacle or something, right? A perceptual thing in our mind of what we want as perfection. And I go back to what I said originally, which was there's no perfect Transformer. We get close to perfect Transformers. And I think if we all came together and said, is there a perfect Transformer? The answer is no, because there's always something. Fuck off. There's always something wrong, right? We know there isn't a perfect. There's never going to be a perfect Transformer. Never going to be a perfect Transformer. But there are things we love and we integrate that Transformer.
I think the biggest issue is
we compromise.
Go over the board with the bitching and the slagging off and having
that's it, exactly.
Decisions. It's not.
We have these shared expectations. We have these shared expectations, and we are lucky that the engineers take their time to explain why they had to go down this route. And what's starting to happen, instead of maybe arguing against the points that engineers have made, they started to attack them for personal reasons or imagined sins against humanity which have not committed, or sins against this group. And that's when you have to take a step back and think, you are the bad guys. You're the ones who are toxic when you start to do that about an individual, because no other fandom has this direct access to these creatives. And it's obviously something new where Hasbro are pushing these people as social media influencers, and we should be protecting them and having the decency and giving them manners. You know, we talk about respect sometimes. The trouble with respect is too much of a loaded word, connotations in different countries, but we should still have manners. We should give them manners, and do not start to personally attack them over imagined sins. You know, people that do that, someone should, I don't know, we should maybe give them a badge on Twitter and say, cunt. I don't know, sorry, I shouldn't say that. We should
say bomb of the night.
We should maybe, I don't know, a round table. Like, I like, you've been in front of the round table and say,
them through the table.
Yeah. We don't want to become the bad guys either, you know. So.
But doesn't this go back to like the invention of social media? And it's like it's now given people a platform to hide behind a keyboard and they can just write whatever the fuck they want. You know what I mean? And it's Joe Blogs 123 can say, Mark, you're a dick for designing. Shut up. Because the individual that's bitching, guess what? No one's going to know if they buy it, and it's going to sit pride of place on their shelf, and they're going to have started off this, you know. Hopefully, Mark will have walked away from it and gone, it doesn't really matter, and he won't have taken it to heart. But I think you're right. We have unprecedented access to quite, really creative minds that are really pushing the brand on. Let's not, ignore the fact that we are seeing a level of engineering we haven't seen before. You know, and all of that stuff. We are lucky, like Ian said. We're living in a great time, and we are very privileged. But guess what? In all walks of life, people are going to piss and moan all the time.
Wrong button.
I mean, Rohan wrote a dissertation on this, and he's still buying the product.
But
he's not a toxic element. The toxic element is something different.
Here's a good point. I was putting a genuine question, right? Do you think? I think. Fuck off.
I do declare. I
say. All right, okay. So Hasbro are clearly making leaps and bounds in the engineering over the last couple of years, right? Pete, Ian, do you feel that third party making the same leaps and bounds in their engineering over the last couple of years?
Short answer, no.
Because I think you've always. Sorry, mate. I think you've always associated third parties with that masterpiece level of transformation and quirkiness, and they've always been there, right? So there's different versions of doing it, and they've tweaked it, etc. But
they peaked. You mean they peaked a while back, right? And now they're getting complicated.
But we've gone from Chug, where it's quite a simple transformation and stuff, and now you're seeing trademark Transformers the show, but mini masterpieces, right? You know, Hot Rod, Brawn, you know, Cyclonus, all of those characters all of those toys have got iterations in their transformations that are like, what you're getting this for $24.99.
Yeah, and it's funny you were saying those names, and you could literally just keep going, couldn't you? Now,
yeah,
and it's
they really can.
And that's my point, right? And I agree with you, Pete, and I agree with you, Ian, about your no. What I will say is that Hasbro, what they have over third parties,
Ian hasn't had a chance to answer.
They are making leaps and bounds.
He's saying Hasbro something of a third party. Listen carefully.
They are making leaps and bounds in their engineering, and third party are making it more complicated. Yeah. And it's a very I would say 7 times out of 10, you're going to get a figure which is going to be an absolute fucktard to transform these days, compared to a figure which is like the recent fan toys Firefly, which everyone degraded on the overall look of it, but transformation was simple. Ian, what would you say?
Right, I've got 2 points for that. I did a review, and it was a Fans Toys one, but I can't remember which one it was. But I had just kind of a fluff, and I just went, I'm tired of complicated transformations. I like a puzzle. I don't want to be frustrated. It could have been Warthog, their Power Glide that I just shat all over. But it was...
choice.
I think, Masterpiece doesn't mean it has to be stupidly complicated. You're paying for premium, but I don't know. Like Pete summed it up as better than I could. These are brilliant. Again, me, not a chug collector, and all on my desk at the moment, I've got 4 chug bots with needle nose as well. My collection is predominantly Masterpiece, but it's like Firefly Viper that you picked up there. It was like, that's a very average figure. There's a backstory to that. I think it's a 2020 figure that's been re-released under a 2024 banner. But yeah, I think Masterpiece is reaching the limits of what it can do with the technology available. And for what you pay is what you pay. Whether it's inflation or you'll pay for, But to your point, Jamie, that's just it. That's kind of what you're paying for the next level, isn't it? You can't see a Fans Toys going to Robosen level. I think Fans Toys and MMC and Make Toys, if they bother to do a figure again, they're doing what they can with the tools available in the factories that they've got. And I think they've hit a bit of a peak. I think they can come out with good bots. Would it be groundbreaking? Would it be next generation? No, I think they're there. I think Hasbro have hit their next generation, and it's bloody brilliant.
It's interesting when you talk about Robertson. They've actually, when you look at the Megatron,
he didn't. You did.
When you, that's what I mean. I'm talking about it now.
Don't bite.
Right. So when I talk about Robertson, when they had the Grimlock, which was much more advanced, they've actually went backwards with Megatron because I think they're trying to put costs down, so they're using less chips, less programmable parts, using less expensive, engineering, just to try to appeal to that market, because they're trying to find that sort of more middle, happy sort of ground.
Yeah, I mean, there is ranges that you aim for, but I don't know. If you're someone like Alexis who buys everything, regardless of scale,
apart from Robertson, because he's not my league.
Yeah.
I love it.
Why don't I don't want something transform. I want to do the I like the puzzle. I love the puzzle. I love the complication.
One step changer.
I'm not going to lie. One of the fun things of Transformers is the fact you transform them. But anyway, that's a different conversation for a different time.
I'm actually with Andy.
I just want to make one point, which, like, Rohan was one of the people, and a few other people made the point about not listening to fans. I completely disagree with that. Certainly in the last couple of years, I think the design team have very much been the opposite. In fact, they've even talked about in the streams that they are on social media interacting with people, particularly people like Mark, like BMAC, Evan. They are trying to take that on board, but they don't make those final decisions on budgets. They don't make those final decisions. For as much as they can go and say, we want this character because it's really lesser known, but the fans would love it. You've got somebody in an executive somewhere saying, yeah, but we think we need another Optimus Prime because that sells. And that's the thing they're constantly fighting against. They are fighting against the tide. So to have a go
It's
at
reinventing the wheel, isn't it?
engineers is ridiculous. They are trying their best for us, but there are always limitations. And yes, Paul was right. You can have your own ideal, perfect image of what you think that figure can be or should be, but you're very rarely going to get that. You might be lucky on those rare occasions where it just everything hits the sweet spot. But sometimes I think you have to temper your expectations slightly, and then maybe you'll be surprised and you'll actually be really happy.
They talked about boardrooms in America and the big companies. They said a lot of the problems is you've got executives coming in trying to reinvent the wheel and just holding things back or going back again to something they don't really understand. And they say sometimes it's because they're not part of the creative teams that came up. They were part of more of like the sales team. And they don't really understand the creative processes and the way of communicating and listening to other people's ideas.
Many of their chief executives and their top senior leadership team will luckily have nothing to do with Transformers. Well, they definitely won't. They'll have a subset, won't they, for Transformers? And even that, the chief executive of Transformers branch will have little to nothing to do with Transformers, if at all. It's probably a misconception that they would. The designer, the stuff they're doing with the designers, like, and Mark, is insane. Like, they're so clever to get the designers involved, get them posting their own pictures of the robots.
Yeah.
I love that. I think it's a clever thing. And the other thing is just like, because we sometimes give them a bit of a hard time for being a business, which they fucking are. Like, they are there to make money at the end of the day, but also what makes them money is a really good product. There's no point where they think, make that a bit shitter because
like Power Rangers have killed that.
Yeah, well, they did. They killed Power Rangers. Well, actually, Hasbro did make it. Someone owned the rights before, and they weren't as good. The Hasbro stuff was a step up in quality to what was before. Now I know that because I got my sons everything beforehand. I got them Hasbro stuff. The Hasbro stuff was a step up in quality, but
so I just read Rohan's comments. From head and shoulders.
I think you'll find shit like this ruins Hasbro share price.
That's beautiful.
Put it away. That's
every company which is owned by shareholders will compromise shit.
Yeah. But I will say to your point, Paul,
always happen. You can't stop that.
Yeah, exactly.
To your point, though, this is in an idealistic world, this is where third parties should win out in that particular area because it should be made by fans. But even that doesn't always work. But it should be fans saying, "Do you know what? We want to make an Optimus Prime like this because they're fans and they want to make it their way and do their infringement." But it doesn't always work that way. But in an ideal world, that's what it should be. If you want it to be the pinnacle that you want, you design it yourself.
Yeah, I feel in Takara are very much like that sort of ideal of fans wanting to make stuff for the consumer market and want to listen and and the executives seem to be thinking we want to produce the best toys for the fans. They've got a different ethos, and I don't know if that's a cultural thing or it's just a background thing as well, or maybe they respect the engineers and design department. Maybe that's the wrong word to use, respect, but maybe they have a better relationship where they think, you know what, I'm going to listen to these creative guys, because if it wasn't for creatives, we wouldn't have a product to sell.
No.
But that's it, if they've got a good track record of producing good products that sell well, that creative design team will have more sway over decisions. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy, isn't it? The better they do, the better they do their jobs, the more they sell, and the more they listen to the fans, the more chance they got
to get disappeared.
Paul, have you considered applying for a job with Hasbro? Because then you could get in control, and then imagine the eight face we'll get out of that.
Yeah.
Like, there'll be no other figures that year. It'll just be the most incredible.
I'm slashing your R&D budget.
Eight face in different
£1 million, but it's all going on a leader class eight face.
And they go eight face.
Don't slash the budget.
If you ruin it, if you destroy my dreams, if you destroy my childhood,
I will break you.
Yeah.
We can't legislate.
Put your keyboard down.
You do with
we can't legislate.
Put your keyboard down.
It's just a red dwarf.
It's like we're all trying to do hand
being
actions.
Super glue again.
Regardless of the quality of the toys
Keyboard
and the
warriors.
characters,
Guitar.
we will always piss some prick off that hides behind his mobile device or laptop. No, I see. One of his saving graces is he isn't that guy.
Go on, run with this. Go on. Go on, let's see where you go with this one.
His glasses stop him from texting. But I think that's the nature of the beast, and hopefully, like I say, the likes of Mark and BMac and stuff, they'll walk away going, there's always going to be someone, and there's always going to be someone that pisses and moans for the sake of it. And I hope that they continue to do the great work they're doing, because we are spoilt, and if they don't continue to release the products.
Do you think it's a sign of a future? Do you think we're going to see more?
Oh wait, I'm not. Oh, sorry. I realised I was on mute. Sorry.
Apologies, Jamie. Do you think this is
lovely?
Do you think this is going to be a sign of the future?
I'm so sorry.
We're going to see more creatives becoming the social media influencers for their companies.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think it's
maybe. I can't see third party going that.
So
even third parties. The Chinese companies trying to look for English or Americans to represent.
I've been trying to say for the last 10 minutes, but I've been on mute. I hadn't realised was that the old saying that I used to say when I was marketing.
It was a wonderful
Here we go. Jamie's just on. Damn it, he's realised. Right, okay. I've realised that. So sales know how to talk to customers. Marketing know what they want. And unfortunately, they don't come together. So if you knew what they wanted and knew how to talk to them,
Max,
be perfect, right? So sales now talk to them, marketing what they want, and that's the chat. That's always been the challenge, right? So I had like 20 other things I was going to say, but I can't remember what they are now. So I'll come back to that one.
Right, you keep going. I'm maybe transform needle noses again.
We're going to move on to a little subject now. If we right. We'll go through anything else that anyone else has got to say, but I really want to move on to this. It's quite important because we.
Oh, I do actually.
Shut up!
Would you give him a chance?
Is that the?
That's you. That's completely 100%.
Just move on. Just move on.
Wait. Anything else you have to say about that? We're going to go through in a second. But afterwards, I'd love to talk about England's chances at the Euros. Like seriously, like Mick that's being in touch. He wants to talk about it. I know Andy's revving to go. I know. England at the Euros. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it.
Oh, look, Starscream.
Scotland rugby is much more enjoyable.
That's brilliant.
They never won.
Alexis.
Did they win?
But it doesn't bend, so I can't pose him, so he's very static.
Probably don't look that up.
I don't bend that well these days either.
Oh wait, I've seen how they did now.
Gummy bear.
But we'll talk about England's chances coming up in a second. So if you love football and if you're like Alexis and your favourite player and you want to know how David Batty's getting
Patrick Berger. Patrick Berger
as well. Remember, he's a Manchester United fan, so his favourite current player is still Lee Sharp. Wonderful player, amazing.
Phenomenal winger. He was underrated and used as a
have you noticed Paul Hughes?
They did get Mark Hughes. Charlie.
Paul Hughes.
No, that's it.
Even Jamie corrected you on football.
No. There was Paul Hughes.
I like Paul Hughes and I like Paul Hughes and Mark Ince.
Right.
Paul Hughes didn't play for Man United.
Paul Hughes and Mark Ince.
Don't shout stuff.
God.
Don't get close to your microphone. Stay still.
You remember?
Anything else on the Hasbro thing? I think it was a really good debate.
No, we're spoiled. The toys are good. Shut the fuck up if you don't like it. Enjoy the stuff you do. Move on.
Or the hammer's coming down.
Otherwise,
right.
Pete will salute PFN.
Let's round off with a good old football chat. So, England.
Is that it, Pete? Is that it?
And I've got the tissue and the point.
I'm afraid, Paul. I'm afraid it's not going to be coming home. I think if it was going to come home, it would have happened in the previous two tournaments.
Oh. Yeah, but we always say this, don't we? Like, we've had the best team ever in the world, and no one can beat us. And we didn't bring it back. And and they still, even now, they say like, "Oh, this team is so good." Like the attack's great. I get that; it's a good attack. But you look at French, look at the France, and they've got fucking Mbappe. Mbappe is better than everyone.
I got him. I got France in the office sweepstake. By the way.
Wait a minute. Is Mbappe still the best player? Is Mbappe still the best player in the world? Is that what I'm saying? Is Mbappe still the best player in the world?
David Batty. He's slightly better.
Well, strictly speaking, he's not
Graham Beasley.
Strictly speaking, the best player in the world. He might be now, but Messi was still considered the most.
So who would you say?
Yeah, because last
best
World Cup or
player
whatever, he
in
was
Europe
pretty
at
good,
the
right? But he
moment.
fucked up. So
Yeah, I'd say Mbappe.
Harry Kane scored as much as it hurts. Harry Kane has scored a bucket load of goals.
Don't be hurt. He's an Arsenal fan. You know that. He used to have the shirt. Remember? There you go. That's the only reason he likes
Mbappe's the best player in Europe.
Kyle Walker running down the ring, running down the wing with a pug chasing him. That is what I want to see in the final.
All I'll say is, you're saying Mbappe's the greatest player in the world. He's very good, but I mean, we put 4 past Paris Saint-Germain, and Mbappe didn't get a kick because of Dan fucking Burn. So yeah, he's good, but is he always good? No, he's not always that good. That's why.
And Andy. I
know Mbappe's sat at home somewhere watching this. He's going, oh, I can't do a French accent.
This is not right.
I was wondering how far you were going to take this.
Ooh, you're getting it.
And your reply, Andy, is ooh.
The only thing that fucked me off, apart from that joke last week, was in the friendlies when we scored, we didn't celebrate
because we
all ran around going.
But it's a friendly, though,
we
isn't
used to
it?
do that
Like,
about 4 or 5 years ago. And I know it's a friendly, but when Gareth Southgate took over, he installed that, and every time we scored, we fucking celebrated like we meant it.
Oh, who's manager? Who's manager now?
Gareth Southgate.
I'm sorry. Yeah, are you asking who the manager of England's football team is?
Is it Southgate still?
Waistcoat. Waistcoat. Oh my god! Do you live in a hovel? Do you have internet in your town?
I haven't seen any adverts or anything on TV about it. So
do you breathe oxygen?
I've been really fucking busy.
No, you haven't.
How does he live this long?
Does he be this drunk and annoying?
No.
I'll kick him.
How is he not here and still talking?
Oh, is there a little convention coming up soon?
Yes, please. Anything.
Just use your lack of football knowledge.
Yes, Paul.
Don't shout over people. And also, don't shout over people.
England won't win it. We're good, and we will go far, but we won't win it because the defence, unfortunately, has been decimated by injuries. And it wasn't...
What happens if we don't play France? Is there a way we can get to the final and not play France?
No.
Well, if France get knocked out, it's unlikely. I mean,
I see final. I see final eight.
Don't turn up.
My mayor's on Brazil.
France's defense isn't amazing.
Somebody send Anelka into the France squad, and then basically they'll all go on strike when he gets kicked out, and that'll do it because that's what he did for them in the World Cup.
We can't send Anelka because he's still got a match ban.
Not amazing, is it? Who've they got? They got the Manchester United defender, haven't they?
Varane. You mean the one who looked really good for everybody else?
He's like 98 years old now.
No, he's not that old. He's
not as old as Pete. No, you're right.
Nobody is. They've got Varane. They've got that Hernandez lad. Milan.
Oh, Ed, come on, behave yourself.
You look at the France squad, and it just on balance, they should be the favourites. The only reason England are the favourites in this country is because it's our bookies, and they're not going to give us 5-1 on England winning it. Because if we do, we'll get absolutely.
Yes, I am, Mick. I'm actually 29.
So, they always go, "Oh, we're the favourites."
I'm soon.
Yeah. Why?
No, sorry.
We don't have a reason.
I don't know how the draw is obviously going to go, but look, you can look at France, you can look at Italy, you can look at Spain, you can look at Germany, you can look at the Czech Republic. Yeah, there's enough there. Top 8, final 8. That's as far as I think it's going to go. If it goes any further, great. But
I think we'll get to the semis, but I know we'll lose it. Yeah, we'll get out. We've got to. Unless someone like Mitrovic comes back for Serbia and, wants to prove a point against the English,
He's done well, hasn't he, since he's gone over to
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia.
To be fair, he was doing well before at Fulham. I mean, he did chase the money. Let's be brutally honest about it.
No, he's like the most. What was he? 26, 27? He's like the youngest in your prime player to go over to Saudi Arabia. At least everyone made the excuse of being old and going over.
I can't even laugh at him because he's richer than we could ever imagine. It's not like he's sitting there going, "Oh, they think I'm rubbish." But he'll
long.
I wipe my tears with money.
Tell you what, money's quite absorbent. I'm just saying.
Jordan Henderson.
You know what Jamie uses it for?
Jordan Henderson and all that like we should
after that bicep pose.
Yeah, and then he went over to Saudi Arabia.
Not only did he go over there for the money, but then he went to Ajax, and then he couldn't get the money because you have to stay there for over 6 months, don't you, before you get the tax.
Apparently, he got nothing because he got nothing.
Everyone thought he was a cunt, and now he's in Ajax. Good team, Ajax, but
sucks to be him.
He's back.
I think Scotland.
He'll be all right though, won't he?
Is correct, and they got absolutely hammered. Then they will struggle now to get out of that group. If they'd got a point, and I actually thought they might get a point. I just thought Germany might stutter in the first game, but bloody hell, it doesn't sound like they did.
Not with Kai Havertz in your team.
And the other two teams in that group, Switzerland and Hungary, they've both only lost one game in 13 or one game in 15 or something like that recently. So they're not bad teams.
There's some tough teams out there. Let's just say, even Scotland withstanding it, I think England have not got it easy, whoever they get.
No. Nobody does. You look at any of those groups and you look at it going forward, I think this is going to be the most competitive Euros we've seen for a while.
Isn't it Spain and Germany in the same group? There's a couple of big hitters in one group.
Spain with Albania.
Yeah,
Spain
group has 3 big teams in there. You are right. Is it Spain and Croatia and someone else and Albania? It's 3 relatively big teams. No, I don't think it's Portugal. I should know this because I was
Spain, Italy.
Spain, Italy. And what did you say? Spain, Italy, and Croatia.
Yeah, that's a bastard one.
But if you go look optimistically, bro,
of course it's coming home.
So Bellingham.
Yeah, it's coming home because of Bellingham.
Bellingham can win a tournament on his own.
We've got Declan Rice
and Kane and Declan Rice. And Maine, well, maybe not Maine so much, but he's all right. He's not bad for a young lad.
No.
And Alexander Arnold, who's not good enough to be a right back, but might be a midfielder, but then he might not. So we'll find.
How would you? I would have him as right back. I would have.
He can't defend though.
Wing back.
He's great
wing
forward.
back.
Liverpool won the Champions League with him there.
Everyone plays wing backs now. 3 at the back with wing backs.
You look at even Jurgen Klopp took him out of right back and started sticking him in fields because he kept getting caught
out. That's not good though, is it? You're not good enough to play in this position. Play one you've never played before.
I'm looking forward to all the abuse Trippier gets for being a right back playing at left back out of position, but he should still be fucking Trippier because he's almost certainly going to be our first choice left back because our first choice for left back is on crutches still, or at least he's recovering.
He was getting to the end of his career. Trippier is right, I'm ready to hang up my boots, and Newcastle
nice easy life.
Do you want to be amazing? And he was like, okay, all right, for fuck's sake. Do you want
do I have to?
Yeah, all right, okay. The most forward passes, yeah. Do you want to call up for England? Oh, for fuck's sake. Not the right
I'm 38 years old. Let me retire.
He was playing for England since he was 26. And I know that because I listened to an interview with him. But he's 33 now, and he's still... We're still having to...
he got to his prime, and then he started going down. And then
he went overseas and started doing brilliantly.
He did, but he won the La Liga in Spain with Atletico Madrid, and then left them to come join us in the following January. It was after that, but he wanted to come home. That was homesickness more than anything. He just wanted to come back to England.
But he can't really do any wrong. I'm pleased for him.
Well, he played for Spurs, didn't he? So.
Oh, well, that's true. Yeah. No, he has done wrong. Speaking of wrong, welcome back, Alexis.
Who's that Spurs? You talking about Gary Rabbit or something?
I think you should definitely have another beer.
Yeah. What you need is more alcohol.
Bit of social lubrication.
Oh, mate.
We're still talking about Euros.
No, go back to sleep. You don't want any of this.
Jamie hasn't said the word half an hour.
Hey, calm down now. Calm down.
I just don't make up stuff. That's the only difference between me and you.
Jamie hasn't got anything to say. He's just going to say it. Alexis, if you haven't got anything to say, you still say it. You just put words out into the ether and hope they make a stringent sentence.
Change the conversation.
But that's not to say you're not loved.
Oh, Ed, behave yourself. The beautiful Welshman.
We're not saying it.
Out loud.
For the sake of the football chat that is spewing over from Alexis profusely. Should we end the stream for the evening?
No, we're doing transfers now. So, right. A quick whip round. We'll start with people who actually understand football. Right, Andy, who would you have like reasonable transfer to Newcastle? So it has to be realistic. Can't be fucking Mbappe.
We've got Kelly. We missed out on Tossen because he's a tosser, but also because he followed the money to Chelsea.
Did he go to Chelsea? Yeah.
No, he went for the money. And he really did, according to Sky. He went for improved personal terms. Yeah, that's more money. Just fucking say he went for more money. And then
he gets 2 days off a year.
Get rid of Dubravka, and we're bringing in apparently Trafford, the under-21 goalkeeper from Burnley.
Yeah, Arsenal are after him. You're going to get for like 15 million, aren't you?
Apparently. Well, I think there's 5 million of add-ons as well. And then after that, I really don't know because it's a weird transfer window where, because of the PSR rules, the so-called big clubs can try and pick up. Look at Aston Villa. Aston Villa are selling 2 of their best players. Yeah. Well, one of their best players, and the other one. And he's going to have to go because they've got to because of PSR, which is why the chairman said he might sue the Premier League because it's ridiculous, these rules. That even if you have money, you're not allowed to spend it because you've got to fall within these PSR rules. And that's not what the PSR rules were there for. They were to stop clubs overspending and going bust, not to stop clubs spending and catching up, which is what they actually do.
Yeah,
I realise you don't agree with that, Paul, as an Arsenal fan who has those revenue streams, so your club can spend money.
It's hard, you know. It's not just about spending money. It's about like, can you like come to terms with spending blood money yourself? But
Emirates, fly Emirates.
Grounded American and English team. They would never dip into that.
Sorry, I'm glad you brought up the Emirates, though. Anyway.
So, no,
I don't know of any Arsenal transfers. You were after that striker from
we were after, what's his name? Tesco. We really want him, but he signed, I think, or he's about to sign a new
he signed it,
deal with Leipzig, and he'll be there. So, which a little bit makes me want to go back to Guy Carreras, the Coventry forward who plays for
Sporting Lisbon.
Yeah, he's done exactly the same in Portugal, hasn't he? Loads of assists as well.
People in the chat. Thank you for all of you stayed on for this.
We don't deserve you. Well, we do if you like football. Then yeah, we do. So Guy Carreras, I'd love to sign him. Sesko sounds like we've mined out.
Did you not go for Tony?
Missed out. Sorry. No, Tony scored. Do you know? It wasn't. I remember talking to Bumblejumper 82 about this, and he's like, if you look at how many penalties he scores, if Kai Havertz scored the same.
Hang on. Cole Palmer. Everybody thinks he's the best thing since sliced bread.
Exactly.
He's
I know.
I mean, don't get me wrong, he's got to score them, but it's a penalty for freak's sake.
Edge raised this as well.
Good night.
Kai Havertz.
I think the lefties might have gone.
If Kai Havertz was our penalty taker last season, he would have scored over 20 goals. If he scored all the penalties, he would score like 22 goals. So, I'm not sure about Tony, but I would take the Victor Osimhen, who apparently we've gone back into.
Oh, that's the Napoli lad. Yeah. He's a big, strong lad as well. He'd be a great striker.
I think it's going to be about 85 million to 100 million. It'd be a lot to get. And Chelsea, since Chelsea get fucking interested in anything, it's like, but we have to spend.
Sorry, I feel like this has just fallen into a conversation between me and you. But Ian, your lads, Man United, apparently after Branthwaite.
I know. I know who I want if I get fucking Pochettino.
I would.
I'm not really fussed about a player because I don't think. I'll be quick on this because people aren't here for this. The Man United squad is enough for top 3, top 4. So you've got to make your piece and say you're going to finish 8th, 7th, or 6th. Fine. More or less, that's the quality of players that Man United have got. But nevertheless, I don't agree with keeping Ten Hag on. I don't think there's an upside to it. I think his standard of football and his style of football is haphazard at best. And I think the players are disinterested. It was a good win against City in the cup final, and winning the FA Cup is special. Good, I'm pleased. But apart from some players that occasionally blow hot, it's just going to be the same again next year, getting stuff 4-0 by Palace. What's going to change? Is a transfer of a good player going to change that? No, because they're still going to play the same bullshit tactics. So for me, you could get the players in, but I think there's a lot wrong at United at the moment, as we saw with the fucking Niagara Falls coming down.
But Ten Hag's not going, is it? They've announced that.
No, he's staying. Yeah, and that's why I say I agree with it.
Which I just think is madness. Absolute. I think that's him.
You know, the thing that bothered me the most at United was the flappy hands of Fernandez, but I'm not so bothered about that anymore. Believe it or not, I think there's bigger problems. So yeah, you can get all the players and all you want.
Good on the pitch. From as much as we all moan about his flapping around the referees and that whole over-the-top reaction he constantly has, but actually on the pitch he was very good.
Oh, he's a world-class player. But I used to say that about Berbatov, the fact that he was utterly brilliant and then he wouldn't run for shit. I used to say that Nani would have like 5 world-class games a season and then he'd be absolutely dog shit afterwards. So Martinez is the best United defender and he's out injured. So, you know, whatever. Whatever.
He came back to the cup final and look what happened. Him and Varane, and all of a sudden your back line was almost impenetrable.
Oh, I love him as a centre half. He throws himself at everything. I just think he's like, I just don't see. I watch one game to the next. I'm like, mate, you do not have a clue. You're in a job that you don't know how to manage. You manage it.
Even I want Man United to get rid of Anthony because I just he's kind of a player.
Why have we got like a? Yes. All right. He's dropping a hint.
Let's end it now, Paul. So that
we all hate Anthony. Everyone fucking.
He actually wants to speak.
Happy birthday for Sunday, Stuart.
Yeah, happy birthday, Stuart, for Sunday.
I got 4 things. Very quickly. One was happy birthday.
God, he's back.
No, go on. Happy birthday to who?
All right. Go on, Pete.
Sorry, go on, Pete.
Happy birthday to Stu in the chat, but Annie's already said it. TFN is only 55 days away. Ladies and gentlemen, Thursday Club.
Yeah.
Because Friday Club isn't a thing anymore. If you really want to enjoy TFN more than you've ever enjoyed TFN before, get yourself a Transformers The Show t-shirt. Wear it with us on Saturday night so we can
pride
en masse take over the bar as a
every single t-shirt I write down my room number in the back and you know where it is. I'm there the whole weekend.
Anyway,
and last but not least, please don't forget we have a TFN special on the 12th of July, Friday the 12th of July, where it will be everything TFN. It's going to be a special TFN themed show. Please don't miss it. We're going to be joined by our special guest, Billy Stripes from TFN. We will be live on YouTube Friday the 12th of April. Friday, Truth of April, 12th of July, 8 p.m. I'm out.
Good plug.
Oh,
right.
Bless you.
Happy birthday to all those happy birthday people.
Yeah, happy birthday, Stu.
Happy birthday to you.
Hopefully you can celebrate with Wayne and Saka goal and a Rice goal and even Ramsdale coming on scoring the last minute with a header. Thanks so much for watching the show. Head to Transformers Show on Facebook and TF Show UK.
And Arrowfire. On
and Arrowfire, always.
Twitter
always.
and YouTube.
Arrowfire.
Okay, $7.99 on Twitter. And
also bye, Felicia.
Have a good weekend, people.